Test, test. Test of the Wes-Del Sports Network. Test.
Test, test. 1, 2, test.
All right, welcome, Warrior fans, to tonight's live stream broadcast. We are at Tri-Central. I am the Superintendent Kyle Mealy here on the play-by-play, and with me is the coach, Coach McLaughlin. Coach, how are you tonight?
Doing great. It's a great night for football here. If it looks like on your camera feed that the sun is really bright, it is. It's really warm up here in this press box, but in about 20 minutes, I believe the sun will be down, and it's going to be really nice. The field looks great. Look, we can't really complain. We got two teams ready to go, and we're going to have some football tonight.
And that's really what it's all about. After so many months off without games, we were able to have last week. And talking about last week, a good transition into that, a 28-23 win at home over Blackford. We obviously weren't able to stream that due to not having some of our equipment at the time, but Blackford streamed that for us. And let's talk a little bit about that. Do you have some rushing and some stats maybe on kind of our rushing leaders last week?
Yeah, we look back at last week against Blackford. We had Will Kelly really had a nice game. So Will had 21 carries last week for 205 yards. So obviously an impressive night for Will. That's almost 10 yards a carry. So. I think that looking back at that game, Wes-Del would definitely take that any night they can get that from Will Kelly. And Will ran like he wanted those 205 yards. And then we had Carlos Artiega with 7 carries for 122, also impressive. So two guys, well over 100 yards carries there. And then our quarterback, Eric Harlan, had 12 carries for 41 yards. So, that just shows you we have some capable guys. We'll see if tonight, goes the same way. But looking at those stats, it really gives you some idea of what we might be looking at tonight.
Another thing about Harlan being a dual threat as he is, I have some passing stats last week. He was 8 for 15 for 91 yards. He did have one passing touchdown, and he was at just about, like I said, those 91 yards and a good QB percentage of completion, 53.3% out of that 8 of 15. So we'll look for Harlan to kind of do a little bit of both tonight. I think we're just almost a minute here before kickoff as the teams are out at the toss right now. Just want to let the fans at home know we do have an interesting situation with our camera where we'll have to move it sometimes as we are on one end of the field, and in the press box we have an area where it'll block. So bear with us, give us some patience as we try to get you the best viewpoint possible of tonight's game. Both teams coming in are 1-0. Tri-Central last week with a win over Frankton, and obviously we had a win over Blackford. Coach, did you see the coin toss?
Yeah, it looks like Wes-Del is going to receive the kickoff here, so we're going to get the ball first, and I think that's good for us. I really think that that's kind of the way we want to play. We want to have it, put the pressure on them, and get this thing going. I think one of the points you made with Harlan with the passing stats is that we are not a one-dimensional team by any means. So we can pass it, we can run it, and we're going to hopefully show a little bit of all that tonight. So, here we go. We're going to be ready in just a second with Wes-Del receiving the kick.
And as we move forward, we hope to have a little bit more time on some starters and some other things. But at this time, we don't exactly have, so we're going to just kind of wing it here. And as that sun goes behind the cloud, that makes it a lot easier for us to see some of our guys out there. But since we are kicking off, I'm going to slide the camera down, Coach, and maybe you can pick up kind of where I left off. Who's out there right now?
Well, it looks like we got the receiving team. So all the way back to receive is number 5, Will Kelly. So we'll see what they do and see if he gets a chance to show what he can do right away with the kickoff return here. I think that's I talked to some of the coaches before the game, and really excited. Like you said, two teams 1-0 here, ready to go. I think it's going to be a good matchup.
It looks like number 4, Mason Pickens, is kicking off, and there's the kick. And we are underway with week 2. Looks like, who is that? Carlos Artiega. Carlos is up over the 30-yard line.
A little bit shorter kick there, so Carlos was the one of the in the second group there. So it looks like we're going to go a little spread offense here to start with. Joel Dowling out to the
who
right
do we
side.
have out here? I see Dowling and Cameron Buckner out here to our side. Harlan is in the shotgun, it looks like. In motion, number 49, that's Nate Steele. So we've got, looks like, triple receivers on our side here.
Yeah.
Harlan making a shift here. A little adjustment to line for the first snap, and the ball's off. And it looks like Harlan's got a pitch. And around the corner, a nice little run there. Looks good enough for a first down, Coach.
Yeah, Will Kelly with a nice run. Hey, we'll take that. 10 yards. We can get 10 yards on every play. Hey, you're moving the chain. So we'll take that. Will Kelly with a nice run. Harlan kept that just long enough to have to make that linebacker commit.
Yeah, it did look good. I thought that obviously with the triple option, Harlan being so dynamic where he can throw and he can run, they've got to be honest on all of that. So we'll see how the Tri-Central defense handles that all night. So here we go. Second possession here. Second snap. Is that Dowling in motion?
Dowling's in motion. Looks like
Harlan's got it, and it looks like
quickly into the backfield. That one just never materialized.
No, I think that they tried. I think honestly they tried the handoff there, but Tri-Central was in the backfield, and at that point I think that Harlan just kind of had to make do with what he had at that moment.
It looked like almost that one took a little bit too long to develop, and Harlan was kind of stuck in no man's land. So tried to make a little something out of them, but they were on top of him too quick for that.
Got a lot of credit there for the defensive line of Tri-Central as they got in there quick. Now we're at third down. Dowling in motion again. Snaps to Harlan. Harlan out to the far side, and the pass is incomplete. I believe that was Nate Steele. Was that intended for Nate Steele on the far side?
Well, I'm kind of guessing there might have been a mix-up in the patterns there because Nate Steele went a little longer, and Joe Dowling cut his off a little quick. So I'm thinking that maybe somebody was on a different page there. So I can't. I'm just guessing because Eric kind of threw that. Maybe he's just throwing it away.
It looks like I can't read because I said third down last time, and now it's actually third down. So,
hey, just remember this is our first game also.
Don't expect it to get any better. I believe they jumped. So the hard count gets Tri-Central jumping. It looks like it was the defensive end that jumped there, number 42 for Tri-Central, and that is Gabe Fowler.
Yeah, it was. Looks like the call's made. It's against Tri-Central. It's if you remember last week's game, Harlan's pretty good at that hard count. He got Blackford to jump 2 or 3 different times last week, so it may be something that may take Tri-Central a few. Sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes you just never catch on if you're a good enough quarterback at doing that. But he got him to jump on that one for sure.
Well, let's see if we can take advantage of that as we move the change just a little bit with the penalty, and now third down again. Snaps to Harlan. Harlan ducks under. Harlan upfield. He's got some room to work. He's up near the first down line. I think he's just short.
Boy,
see where he spots that.
Yeah, that was we made something out of nothing there. He was looking downfield. Tri-Central did a nice job of covering. Harlan just being a good athlete on that play right there.
Absolutely. It looks like he's just short, although it looks like they might measure.
I think they're asking for a measurement. You saw the end of that play was a really nice. I'm not sure at first he knew Eric was behind him, but nice block there by Jesus Cardoza, number 29.
I will say this about Jesus. You're going to feel him if he's out there. You're going to know where he is. You're going to know exactly that you're dealing with him because he's going to make you feel it. It's like the measurement here.
He might tell you about it, too.
Absolutely, he will. And what do we got here? Looks like we got a first down.
First down.
I'll take that spot.
Not sure if Coach Hest asked for that measurement or if they just decided to measure on their own, but either way, we'll take it.
Absolutely, we will. And that's going to put us at 1st and 10. You've got better eyes than me, and that sun's right in my face. Where are we at on yardage? Are we just across the 50?
Just across midfield here. Yep. Looks like we're on the 48.
And also we have, just so you know, we're about 10:22 on the clock remaining. Snap, pass to our side. That's Dowling. Dowling makes a cut upfield. Dowling, another cut before he picks up what looks to be maybe 6 or 7, maybe even 8 if they spot it.
Another nice big chunk of yardage there on the first down. Boy, you'll take that every time, 7, 8 yards every time. So that was a little step back pass to Dowling in the backfield, and he made a couple nice moves to pick up about 6, 7 yards on that play.
Very impressive couple of cut moves and jukes by Dowling. Here we go. Snap to Harlan. Harlan going to our far side. Pitch out. Nothing really materialized there.
Lost a little bit of yardage on that one, and Will Kelly did a nice job just not having his knee touch the ground on that. Caught himself right before his knee was about to go down and able to at least not lose more yardage.
Third down.
So it's third down. We lost some yardage there, so I'd say we're probably looking at 3rd and 7. On the 46.
See here, Tri-Central making a few adjustments defensively. It's one thing about not having as big a crowds. You can really hear the coaches coaching.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. We heard that the other night. Here's Harlan our side, rolling out. Harlan with a lot of people at him. That was incomplete, intended for number 49, Nate Steele.
Yeah, it looked like he had him there for a second. Got a little bit of pressure at the end and had to rush that pass. I think he'd like to have that one back. So 4th down here. This is always interesting. If you've seen Wes-Del play before, this is kind of a call that Coach Hess makes from the Eric gets back. They don't know kind of whether to put a guy back or not. Sometimes Eric will punt this from this formation, and sometimes they'll go for it. So
looks like they might be going for it.
Yeah, it sure feels like it right now. We'll see.
Yeah. Nope, it's a punt. It's away.
See if we can get down there. Oh.
And once again, I apologize for the camera work. We had to slide that down a little bit.
Can't tell if they're calling that a touchback or not. Actually, I'm sorry. It's our vantage point's a little, and the sun is right in my eyes.
It's not hot in here.
I feel like I'm in Florida. Good thing you can't see us on camera. I'm close to taking the shirt off.
We don't need that. And it's just you and I, and we don't need that.
No. Yeah, it looks like what a great punt. Harlan got that one to stop just inside the 5, so about the 4-yard line.
And it looks like for Tri-Central, they come out, and in the backfield is number 4. I believe that's their kicker, Mason Pickens, who's also their quarterback. See what the Warriors do on this first defensive possession.
Oh, quarterback sneak there. Like they were just trying to, maybe they felt like they had something right there on that right side. They just felt like they could run that right up the middle. But did a nice job of covering. We got about 2 or 3 yards on that, but we'll take that.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd and 8 on the 7-yard line. And we'll see if the Warriors can be – they did – I know Coach Hess wasn't – he told me there's a little work to be done with that, giving up that 23 points last week. So I know he harped on that a little bit and trying to give up less. Got a pass play out to the far side, down the sideline. And I believe that's going to be good enough for a Tri-Central first down. That was
holding rail there on the catch. That was a nice play, that little rollout. Kind of similar. Really looks similar to what we do. You can see that they're in here, that there are still some fans here.
Yeah, we can definitely hear it here. We are one thing about streaming on the road is we are in enemy territory, Coach.
Yeah, that's true, and I guess there's some good things about limited amount of people allowed at the games.
Well, here we go. We are 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line for Tri-Central. Tri-Central again spread out a little bit. Pickens, he hands off. Didn't see who he handed off to in the backfield there.
That was number 2, Garrett Graves.
Garrett Graves, number 2.
I was talking to Coach Early, defensive coordinator, before the game, and he said that, that one of the keys is going to be stopping their running game. So they put a big focus on their running game. So, so far so good on the running game. It was the pass play that got us there. Maybe we were not expecting that. So we'll have to make some adjustments, and any good team is going to have to do that. We'll make adjustments as we go.
Jesus Cardoza in there on that tackle. Once again, we talked about Jesus earlier. He's going to be in on a lot of them. Here we go. Man in motion. Another pitch out. That time the Warriors stopped maybe after a pickup of about 2 or 3. See where they spotted at. 3rd down now.
Looked like maybe Mason Cox was in on that and with a couple other guys. Third down and about 3, it looks like.
Third down and 3. And you said Mason Cox. That's a big boy up there. He's going to definitely fill some holes. And they've got some, Wes-Del's got some big guys up front. We're probably going to hear a lot of Mason Cox in there on some tackles. So third down. Looks like Pickens is in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. He's coming our way.
Oh,
couple of shifty
nice
moves, but it didn't
behind.
materialize. And I think that's a stop there on third down.
Carlos Artiega from the backside kind of blew that play up, to be honest. He stayed with that, and it looked like some guys on the ball side were getting blocked there, but Carlos did a nice job of pursuing that from the backside and made a nice play.
And it looks like we are getting a punt formation here for the Trojans.
Eric Harlan back to receive, looks like.
Yep. See if this truly is what they do.
Low snap.
It looks like it.
Nice kick, though.
There's Harlan with the reception. He gets a little through, too, coming our way. Nice little cutback, and he is down across into the Tri-Central territory.
Got our first flag down, so we'll see what we got. Looks like it might be holding against Tri-Central. That would be great. We'll add a little bit to the end of this.
Coach, your eyesight's so much better than mine. I didn't see that flag, but I appreciate it. I think your eyesight, some would say your eyesight's really good during football season. Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little shifty during basketball season.
Well, that's what the officials say.
And officials are never wrong.
Still waiting on the call here.
Now, these guys are week 2, and they've been off for a while, so giving them a little time to get caught up here and see what we got. What do we got here?
Still talking about it.
I'm not familiar with that signal.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think he is either, Coach.
He went to the wrong side to ask. I'm sure that we will take this penalty. I don't know why we wouldn't.
Pretty good showing from the Wes-Del crowd, considering social distancing and some other things.
Yeah, probably a limited number
of vouchers. Yeah. I bet you we filled our voucher number.
I'm sure we did.
Over there.
Yeah. Always travel well.
The trip.
Always travel well.
I will say this is one field where, and I know we've talked about it, but this is one field where it pays to be the visitors because you are shaded by the trees.
Yeah, we are not shaded in this box.
Have we figured anything out here on this penalty? Have we had any official call?
I don't know what's going on. I think they went up to the replay booth in New York.
So the call from New York is a hold.
Holding. Declined. I guess they like to. Guess we are going to decline it. See, it shows you what I know about football and penalties.
You coach basketball,
That's probably going to be very evident tonight.
Yeah. So the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 on the 43. Right here in front of us, and we finally get the answer to the flag, so now we'll get underway here. So Harlan in the shotgun again, and it's to Will Kelly, and Will picks up maybe 2.
Yeah, it looked like Harlan made a little adjustment there. Put Will Kelly on his right side, and then he came back to his left on the handoff. So, yeah, you were able to pick up a couple yards there.
And now Harlan doing just about everything for Will, fixing his helmet.
That's what you call a good teammate right there.
That's a captain right there.
You fixing helmets, handing the ball off, receiving punts.
Typical of a Wes-Del kid. Here we go, another shotgun formation. I think we're going to see a lot of that all night long. Kelly behind, and we've got Dowling.
Dowling and Buckner to the right.
Buckner to our side. Now pitch to Kelly. Kelly stopped
got one man to beat.
That one guy to beat got him, Coach.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle. Tri-Central made a nice play there. He, he stayed low. If you watched him, I thought Will might be able to get around him, and I think if he would have been for a nice pickup. But to their credit, made a nice play.
I'm sure they've watched the tape, and if you've seen the tape and you saw 205 yards, you're going to key in on Will Kelly.
Yes. Looks like Will's going to get a quick break, and Carlos Artiega is now in the backfield.
So on third down, it looks 3rd down and 10, 43-yard line. Harlan getting the team set, moves Artiega in motion. A blitz, and they got to Eric Harlan. A blitz there on 3rd down. Too many Trojans in the backfield, not enough Warriors to stop the blitz, and big loss on third down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we adjust here because we sent 4 guys out on that pattern, and obviously they're sending more guys trying to get the pressure on us before we can make that pass, and that time it really worked, and we'll have to adjust on that a little bit. So here we are again on that fourth down. Last time we punted.
Empty backfield here. See if he rolls out and punts, and he does, and it's blocked. It was partially blocked, and it's going to be Dowling that downs it.
Partially blocked by our own number 53. Got pushed back a little bit into that play, trying to hold, and he was trying to hold off a big kid. That was Eric Lehman holding off a pretty big kid if you saw that play develop. So he got pushed back just enough. I think it made a deflection. We still got a pretty good yardage out of that kick, though, for it being blocked. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, it's really been played right here in front of us most of the quarter. There hasn't been a whole lot of movement on either side, so we'll see what produces here. Pickens under center, hand off.
Oh,
He
big
breaks
hole.
through. If he could, one man had one to beat, and I think it was Joel Dowling who got a hold of him there in the secondary.
Yeah, last guy to beat there. Luckily, Joe Dowling held serve there and stayed low on that tackle, or we'd be looking at a little bit of a deficit because there was nobody else behind him.
No, Dowling had no help from behind because he was the last man. So a nice tackle, went low, got a hold of those feet. Because it doesn't look like Graves is a small kid. I mean, he's not.
No, and you don't want those guys back there making a lot of tackles because that's usually not a good sign.
That's right. Here's one, and
Misdirection.
one guy had him in the backfield, and now he's picked up by quite a few Warriors. And in on that, I know, was number 67.
Caden Bartram.
Caden Bartram that got him there.
Yeah, Caden held his spot, stayed at home, did what he's supposed to do. That play was trying to develop in front of him, and we did a nice job on that one.
So here we are on, it looks 2nd down and 7 at the 42-yard line. Tri-Central coming out of the huddle. Right here, directly in front of us, here in the press box. So once again,
nice pursuit. That was number 55, Eli Schlenker, in on that play. Nice pursuit. We held up to no gain on that one, so it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 7 here. So
and there's that sun back.
Yeah, there it is. You can hear Coach Hess.
Absolutely, you can hear everything.
Coach has he definitely has the voice for coaching.
Oh yeah, he's got a coach's voice. 140.
Oh no!
And we
little
got
false
flags
start
on
there
the
on the
play.
center because no one was ready. The center snapped it. They blew that dead, and our guys, we ended up with the ball there actually.
So we'll wait and
Eric
see.
Lehman came up with that ball,
Pretty
and he's
easy call on that one.
He's kind of wondering why they blew that dead that quick.
Yeah, he'll take the he'll
false start though, so we got to blow it dead.
He would rather have the ball than the flag. They're going to march that one back.
Can hear all the way over here. Coach Hess is yelling to watch for the bootleg, so that must be something they've seen in the scouting report. It looks like Tri-Central is going to take a timeout here in the first quarter with a minute and 39.
Timeout Tri-Central, and we are going to take an audio timeout. All right, coming out of the timeout here for Tri-Central, taking that first timeout. 1:39 left in the first quarter, and here we have Tri-Central set up, back in play. Pickens under center. Pickens drops back to pass.
Ooh, he's
Pass is made over the top.
hit as he threw it. There was a little bit of contact there with Nate Steele, but not enough to call it. I think that was a really good, I hate this term, but I think it was a really good no call. But Nate Steele was right there in coverage. So 4th down, brings up 4th and 12. So nice job, nice hold there.
So on 4th and 12 on the 37-yard line, let's see if the Warriors can get a big stop here. Be a great, actually it looks like we're going to get the punt.
Yeah, they don't try to trick us on this one.
No,
they
not
go.
in this field position. So the kick's away.
Harlan back.
Harlan coming in to get that. Harlan receiving. Harlan makes a nice cut move and a nice tackle from behind, I believe.
I feel like we've had good field position. We need to take advantage of this. We've had good field position all night. Nice block there by sometimes go unnoticed. The up man was Harrison Pittsford, number 7. He was the up man on that, just in case the punt was a little shorter. And got a really nice block that gave Eric another probably 5 or 6 yards.
So once again, the Warriors are going to have 2 out down here in front of us, it looks like. It's going to be 2 receivers. That's going to be Buckner and Dowling down on our close side to the camera. And you've got Will Kelly in the backfield along with the quarterback Harlan in the shotgun. In motion there. Give to Kelly.
Yeah, we like Wes-Del likes to bring somebody in motion on almost every play. And from time to time, we'll give it to that motion man. We haven't done that yet, but that was Jesus Cardoza in motion there. Pickup of about 5 on that play.
Looks like it. 2nd and 5 on the 43. Here we go again. Warriors quickly getting set. Snaps to Harlan. Pass play here to Dowling. Dowling was met with a pretty hard tackle there. A.J. Bird.
Nice coverage by Tri-Central. Nice play, all set up well. But to their credit, defensive back stayed at home and made a nice tackle right there on Joel Dowling. Joel's going out. Looks like he's been a little banged up. I have from my sources saying that he's playing at about 70% tonight.
Well, I know you've got good sources. I've known that about you. 25 seconds rolling away here in the first quarter. It's going to be one last play, I believe, for the Warriors. Snap to Harlan. Harlan looking for some room.
Ooh, he kept it.
Kept it, got around the end. Harlan all the way.
Oh, no.
We've got a flag. Where's that flag located?
No, the official's trying to figure it out again. He pointed both ways, so we're going to have to wait and see.
Looked like the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz at that point.
Yes,
I think we were going either.
He's pointed both
either
ways.
direction
I believe
there,
it's a hold on Wes-Del on the outside there. I think he's figuring it out. Yes, holding.
Hold on Wes-Del. So pretty good carry by Harlan, but all for naught.
Well, it might have been helped a little bit by the hold. I didn't see it, but and I have a great vantage point from this area. Did not feel like it was a hold.
I didn't see the hold either, Coach. And so now we're at 3rd and 9 on the 43. Harlan looking over at the sideline. Back to the wristband.
It looks like, see if we're going to try to play this because they just finally started the clock.
It's down to 2.
Well, we went ahead and
we snapped it. Pass play here to number 7, met. It's Harrison Pittsford, who was met by number 5. That is Felix Perez for Tri-Central, and that's going to end the first quarter.
Nice tackle there by Perez. And I have to give Tri-Central credit. They've done a nice job staying at home on those guys. And, the other thing is if you can make one guy miss, then you can make a big play out of it. But I'll tell you, we haven't been able to do that. To their credit, they've really wrapped up and tackled well.
Well, if we look at let's look at some team stats if we can, Coach. I'm going to try to see if we can get that up.
While you're looking for that, I'm going to look across the field and see that I see athletic trainer Tony Cox here. It's always good to have our athletic trainer, Tony. Boy, he gets our guys ready to play. No matter what the sport is, guys and girls are ready to play. and just loves what he's doing. So we couldn't ask for a better trainer, and it sure is nice to see Tony made the trip over here tonight.
No, and as we're getting early in this Wes-Del Sports Network broadcasting, always looking for sponsors. So we're going to make sure Tony goes back and listens to this and make sure that Henry County Sports Medicine is a sponsor of the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Well, and if he becomes a sponsor, I will continue to say more and more great things.
More
about
good things about it.
Known Tony for a long time, and boy, you couldn't ask for a better trainer.
So last week, just to give the Warrior faithful some information, last week, obviously in that 28-23 win over Blackford at home, we had, when you look at the game, it was pretty tight, honestly. 21 first downs for the Warriors, 15 for the Bruins last week. Third down completions, the Warriors were 4 of 12, and the Blackford Bruins were 6 of 13. But overall rushing is where things kind of take a turn there, and you see the domination last week on the ground by the Warriors. 369 yards carrying the ball to 203 by Blackford. So I think we're trying to see if we can open things up again and get that same thing going here, maybe in the second quarter.
Looks like we're going to start with a fourth down play. So Harlan's back again. What Coach Hess likes to do is see if he gets some kind of a mismatch. And didn't feel like he had it there, so we went ahead and punted it away.
So it looks like, and again, that sun just will not go down.
I'd say the 25-yard line looks like.
25 over there.
Yeah, my kneecaps are officially sweating.
Absolutely. I think I told you that I should have brought a change of shirt because I've already sweated through this one. I'm sure everyone at home wants to know that. But it is definitely hot, and we're probably, I'm going to estimate, not that anyone cares on air, but I'm going to estimate we're 10 to 15 minutes away from it getting a lot cooler. Looks like it's close to the tree line.
Now I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay. So here we are, 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line for Tri-Central. Let's see if the Warriors can have a solid stand on this possession. Pass play. Rolls out. He's hit. And that one was up for grabs. Who got in there on the hit?
That was Will Kelly back there rushing him. Nice sportsmanship, helping him up, and always like to see that. But a lot of pressure right there. And they were trying to do a little screen pass. They're almost allowing the rush to come in there. But Will got there quick enough that it was putting enough pressure on them. They couldn't finish that play, I think, the way they wanted to.
And the Warriors now wait as Tri-Central breaks huddle and comes to the line. Looks like this time Pickens is out of the shotgun, and Graves is in the backfield. Man in motion for Tri-Central. Pickens keeps it and picks a few up.
Looks like he picked up maybe 2 or 3 yards on that. A little more than that I originally thought he might. Tell you who did a nice job on that one was Nate Steele. He took away the pitch. I think he wanted to pitch it, and there was nowhere to pitch it. Nate was right back there covering the running back, so he had to keep it.
So a big third down here for Tri-Central, 3rd and 7 on the 29-yard line. Here come the Trojans to the line. Warriors hoping to get a big stop on this possession. And it's pitched out to this side and met there by number 50. Is that 55? Was that Eli Schlinker, or was that Eric Lehman in there?
55. It looks like Eli Schlinker. Now we got a Warrior down.
Do we have a flag on the play? We do not, do we?
No, it looked like they stopped it for an injury. Avery Carmen came up a little slow. So
Avery Carmen.
He
pulled
himself up. He's going to run over there and see Tony. Knowing Avery, I'm sure he'll probably be back in a second.
Are you getting any kickback from Henry County Sports Medicine? That's the 3rd time you've mentioned Tony tonight. I know he's a great trainer, but I just spaced that out.
Well, he has a hat on. I'm just wanting his hat at this point.
I don't blame you. Here's Tri-Central again. Looking
Fourth
for 4th
down.
and 2.
Looks like they may be trying to draw us off sides. Oh, almost
Warriors jumped, and I think they got it. Flag on the play. Hard count, and I can't see exactly who that was that jumped.
I think it was number 53.
Eric Lehman.
Yeah. But this caught off guard, a little antsy right there. wants to make a play, and sometimes you just got to sit back a little bit, be patient. Got to watch that ball, make sure you don't move till the ball moves. I believe that was a first down for Trojans.
I think so. The crowd here seems to feel that way. So 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line, and here we come to the line with Tri-Central. Fresh set of downs, a handoff here, and he's met. 58 was in there. That is Mason Cox.
Eli Schlenker also in on that tackle. Mason made the first hit.
Was that Graves on the carry?
I believe so.
It's a
pretty evenly played game so far. I mean,
it has been.
Most of it's been played down on Wes-Del's end of the field. You'd like to see us really take advantage of that.
Here we go again. Pickens. This time hands off. I think that's Graves once again, and I think he's met down there in front of us.
Graves, the ball carrier for the Trojans.
Bottom of the pile was number 46, Eric Pettis. So I think Eric
Nice
Pettis
tackle.
got in on that tackle.
Look like it's going to be close. They're going to go ahead and call it first down.
Now for the Trojans. First down.
That was awful
When
close.
you're the home team, you don't measure.
It looks that way because that was awful close. I thought it should at least called for a measurement, but
And the faithful here at Tri-Central acknowledge the first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 on the 49. Snaps made, a handoff to Graves once again. Graves shakes a few loose. Down in front here.
tackled by Eric Pettis again. Eric's having to fly around a lot from that linebacker spot. Nice tackle, but you'd like to see him, our front line, slow that down a little bit more so he can get there. Our secondary level can get there and close it off before they pick up 5. I'm sure they're all right picking up 5 yards on every play.
I would agree. They seem to be moving the ball, and they're doing so in small chunks, but moving that clock a lot. So we're at 8:39, and Tri-Central starting to get a little bit of steam. See if they continue that here, if the Warriors can make a big stop, maybe get a loss. Same thing, handoff, and that time they did.
There we go. Well, I think they heard us.
I think they did. That time it was met by several Warriors there.
Eli Schlenker and Pettis
Steele
again.
was in there also, number 49. And we have somebody down.
Caden Bartram, and he's been nursing some injuries on and off for this whole week. He's going to need some. He's asking for somebody to help him up. Trainer's out.
Looks like
Taking a look
Tri-Central's
at him.
trainer. Here comes Coach Hess.
Some sort of a leg injury, it looks like. I'm speculating at this point, but the way he's holding his leg sure looks that way. Good sportsmanship by the fans, nice and quiet, and everybody's cheerleading for both teams on taking a knee.
Which makes it even more, I guess, evident to be able to hear us up here as we talk through this. But you definitely want to make sure that Caden is able to continue. It looks like he's up now. And
yeah, he's a big dude, and we want to have him on the line both ways. So looks like, I don't know, maybe an ankle? Again, speculating.
He got up on, I mean, he's tender, you can tell, but it did look like he got up on his own, which is a good sign.
I can see looking over there, you see our athletic director looks concerned, and so always worrying about and knowing where our players are. I'm sure he'll walk that way and check him out too.
Absolutely.
Tony's making his way out. It looks like an ankle, but again, you just don't know. But let's hope it's an ankle. We'll wrap that thing up and maybe be able to come back.
Well, looks like 3rd and 5 coming out on the 46. So if we go back to that play, that was one of the first stops on this possession for the Warriors that actually helped. Now, if they can string another one here together, maybe we can get the ball back and get some momentum on our side.
Big play right here. 3rd down, 3rd and 4, almost maybe a long 4.
So here we go. Snap. Looks like another handoff to Graves.
Well, that's going to be close again.
And that one is very close. It
They're
looks like the
stopping it.
spot is going to be real tight down here
Here
in
comes
front of the press box.
our white hat. He says go ahead. He doesn't need to measure because the one thing I know about officials is they have great eyesight.
The best eyesight. I can tell you a lot of these guys probably do dual sports, and you probably know them because they're probably basketball officials too.
I've never questioned the official's eyesight.
No. And why take the extra? I will say this: why take the extra time to measure when you just can see it from about 20 yards away?
Both of those were awful close, but hey, like I said, he's the white hat for a reason, I guess.
Here's the pitch again. I think that's Graves again, and he just hit right here in front. Is that Graves or is that?
I think that was Rail.
Rail. I was going to say that's Holden Rail down in front here.
Looked like he was forced out by some of our defensive backs, maybe Carlos Artiega.
So, again, I go back to it's slow going, but they are definitely moving the ball. 7:46 left, 2nd and 7, 38-yard line, and they are headed in to Wes-Del territory.
This is definitely their best drive so far of the game.
Absolutely. Here we go. Another handoff. And this time met by
Mason Cox again.
Number 58.
Green ball carrier.
That was not Cardoza.
No,
it was Mason Cox.
But
and he just threw his hands up like, "Hey, I made a tackle. Get my name right."
Well,
but we'll get it right.
Mason,
we'll get
watch
Mason.
this over again, buddy. We got you. So here we go.
Another big third down. We just talked about it last time. Another big third down.
3rd and 6, 37-yard line, Coach. It is a big one. Let's see what we can do. Snaps away, pitch out here, and it's on the ground. It's on the ground, and let's see who comes out of there with this one.
Boy, it sure looks like Wes-Del was there.
It's Wes-Del's football.
Wes-Del came up with it. Not sure exactly who came up with that, if it was Eli Schlenker or if it was Carmen, but one of those guys came up with it down there.
Coach, that was a big, big turnover and a big opportunity for our Warriors here.
Boy, that was just, I'm not exactly sure what went wrong other than I don't think he caught it, or maybe it wasn't, it seemed like it was a nice enough pitch from the quarterback. Just, hey, we'll take it. Once it got on the ground, it kind of got kicked forward, and then it was right there for us, and our credit, we jumped on it.
All right, fellas, let's see if we can get something together here. Get a little run going. You move the ball, move the chains, get down to the other end of the field.
Caden Bartram came back in the game already, so once got that ankle taped.
So Bartram's back in, snaps away. Harlan keeps it, then pitches down the sideline. That is
nice tackle, out of bounds, but nice pickup on that play.
That was a nice
Will Kelly.
Held on to that. Harlan held on to that late and made that pitch, and that really made Tri-Central commit.
Once Will got that ball, it seemed like he turned into a different speed there. But he knew what he wanted to do with it, and that was run straight.
Once he gets around the end, he's trouble. Once you've got him coming with a full head of steam around that end, he's quick and he's got some power.
He is not afraid of contact either.
And that looks to be Kelly again. And look at the big fellas pushing him forward.
What a push for the Wes-Del line.
The big fellas up front.
Bartram and 67 Petit, Anthony Petit.
Yeah, the offensive line. And as we just talked about it, and as we just asked, for these big boys to put something together, they're moving the ball. 2nd down and 3. A little more than that, it looks like. Harlan keeps it. He rolls out, and he is met by about 2 or 3 of the Trojans.
Yeah, the guy hit low and high at the same time on that one.
As we're rolling down to just about 6 minutes left here in the second quarter. And again, we have no score. It's been a defensive battle in the first half.
Nobody's really been close. Games been played right here in the middle of the field for the most part.
Absolutely has been. So now we're looking at 3rd and 5 on the 42. That's what the scoreboard says. The Warriors are.
I've watched our guys practice a few times, and I like this. We have this slant play that I think at some point we're going to see. We're going to fake it to Will Kelly, and we're going to see a slam, although they're playing up pretty tight.
And there's a little pitch out, screen out. Pretty close down there to the first down was Will Kelly after that screen pass from Harlan.
It's like Joel Dowling got stepped back after that pass was thrown and made just enough of a block that the guy couldn't get there to pursue. So here we go, 4th down, 4th and 2. Let's see what we do here. You know, this is where it comes back into our favor on that little play here.
Absolutely. I don't want to be that guy, but the spots have been interesting on our side.
Well, I can tell you right now we're going for it because I've seen this formation, and so have you a bunch of times.
Yes.
Got 3 guys to the right, and Eric's going to run right behind him. Oh,
Not
no.
a good snap.
Oh, get it.
And that, he's eaten up in the backfield. Those are things that you're going to always look back in when you watch tape later, and Coach Hess is going to talk about that, probably spend a lot of time tomorrow. We know he takes Saturday to look at the tape, and that one's going to bother him on 4th down to have just when you make your own mistakes, Coach, you know that. When you make your own mistakes and cause your own problems, it almost hurts a lot more than the other team causing problems.
Yeah, that's one of the things. You know, it doesn't matter what sport you're in. You got to limit your turnovers. You got to limit your own mistakes. Let the other guys make the mistakes. We want to limit ours as few as possible. And right there, I feel like we had the right play set up.
And a little too quick, I think, on that
Here's
snap.
The whistle.
Trying to get
timeout,
the Warriors.
It looks like.
And Wes-Del takes a timeout. So
I think that was a great timeout by Coach Hess because I'm not sure after that play I felt like we were a little rattled. I felt like we weren't quite ready to play that play, and I think that Coach Hess felt that way. Great timeout. Gives me a chance to talk about some of the unsung heroes right here, Coach, is the managers.
Absolutely.
If you've ever been close to our field, you know that Coach Hess loves water during the timeout, so he's going to make sure these guys stay hydrated. It's a big part of, especially this time of year. I'm going to see if I can get their attention, see if they'll bring us up.
Absolutely.
Maybe one of those water bottles.
You know, there's one thing I can tell you, in a superintendent's position that you appreciate is you worry about these hot games out here in the heat, but with our coach, you always know there's going to be water.
Yes.
And every time out, you're going to know it. And as it's quiet, you hear water, water, water.
Yes. And, you know, like I was kind of saying, jokingly saying, but being very serious, unsung heroes of athletic sports, the managers. You know, don't get any of the glory on game night. You know, they're in there on Monday mornings with the sweaty jerseys and cleaning up all the stuff, picking up everything after the game's over.
And they've got a little even more difficult job with the pandemic, having to keep track of everyone's individual water.
For sure, because and people may not even know that there are some rules out there for managers now. So, you know, only so many managers can be in charge of so many players. And, you know, just thank you to all those ladies over there that are helping out.
Well, here we go. We're back in action after the timeout. It's 5:22 left, and Tri-Central, it's a pitch. And picked up another 5 yards, it looked like, and that was Rail, number 15, on the carry.
Yeah, that's too many. Xavier Snyder on the tackle. That's just too many yards to give up on first down.
It's really been a mirrored game, and you said that earlier because Tri-Central had the turnover that came to us, the big turnover. Then we just have a nice little run put together, and then we make the big turnover on 4th down. So I think you mentioned that earlier. It's been very mirrored in the way this game's been played, and that's why we don't have any score at this time. 2nd and 4 on the 44 in front of us. A big push up front.
There's that sneak again. They tried on the first play of the game.
He's definitely short of the first down, but we've seen some
I was
interesting
going to say,
calls.
if he calls a first down on this one, then we've got some problems. Looks like 3rd and about 2.
And the board says it's at the 42-yard line. You see right there, number 31, Carlos Artiega, talking to the defense, trying to get them to the big guys up front, trying to make a big stop here. Here we go.
We got a lot of guys up on the front line, if you watch that.
Carey met, but I think he got it.
Yeah. We had the right defense called there. They just better blocking. Sometimes that happens.
Yep. And once again, we're reminded from the Trojan faithful here that they did convert the first
down. One thing
down.
that has not been disallowed during COVID is cowbells, as you can hear. I'm going to see if maybe we can get that pushed through the health department.
3:59, and now it's ticking down here left in the second. Here are the Trojans at the line. And a pass play here.
Oh, nice.
That ball is away. And a little too far.
Nice
just outside of the reach of number 10 there.
Nice coverage by Cameron Buckner.
That is Caden Leininger.
lot of pressure put on there. Let's see what they're going to call
Got a
here.
flag back in the backfield is going to be roughing the passer.
Personal foul. I don't know, unless he drove him to the ground. I did not see that because he hit him as the ball was being let go.
Yeah. And we've got it on tape, so we'll be able to see it later.
Yes, that's true.
All the folks at home got it.
Yeah, you can watch it.
They want to go back and watch that.
So
an unsportsmanlike conduct call is going to push the ball.
Well, that's a little different because sometimes, roughing the passer, we can understand that. Unsportsmanlike conduct might mean there was some words said or something afterwards, which, we don't want to see that. Again, that's what we talked about. We don't want to be our own worst enemy.
Yep.
As coaches, we got to eliminate those kind of plays. And I know for a fact Coach Hess covers all that and talks about that. So if that was the case, we surely don't want to do that. And I think looking at Coach Hess, he was asking the official. He wanted an explanation there because, he wants to be able to coach those guys up. And he's not real happy with somebody right now and talking to him over there.
1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. Trojans knocking on the door here. In motion, it's a pitch back here, and a great tackle
Eric Harlan.
by number 10, Eric Harlan.
Yeah, that was really a good tackle right there by Harlan because if that doesn't, although Will Kelly was there too, but, that actually was a pretty nice misdirection play, and we stuffed it. Luckily, we had two pretty good athletes over there.
Yes. So here we sit at 2nd and 10. Still at the 24-yard line, and the Trojans coming out of the huddle.
We kind of want to be the old Indianapolis Tony Dungy defense here. Bend but don't break. It's okay if we give up some yards. Let's make a play here.
And we've got a timeout. Tri-Central.
Tri-Central calls timeout.
So the old Tony Dungy Indianapolis Colts. Circa what year there, Coach?
Well, just any of them. They were all bend don't break.
Can you name 5 guys on that team?
Well, yeah, I probably could have. I thought hard enough.
Yeah,
but Dwight Freeney is one of them. Bob Sanders.
Was Peyton Manning on that team?
Yeah, he was. So it was the bend but don't break. But really what it was just hope we have the ball last because we're going to outscore you.
Absolutely.
See, our SRO, Scott Stafford over there, always here to protect and serve.
Absolutely.
Standing with Principal, Adam Purdue.
Oh, yeah, there they are over there. I see him on the far side, just over there. Let's see if we can't get inside of that.
I'm guessing they rode together, so I'm not sure.
I'm sure whatever they're talking about is really important. Now the athletic director moves over there. He's got his sunflower seeds, which is interesting. I think when you chew your sunflower seeds and you have to wear a mask, you're just spitting them right back into your mouth.
Yeah, that's a great point. I was going to say is that I'm sure that and they're waving to us. I'm sure that Mr. Purdue didn't get to talk a whole lot on the way here.
Not if he rode with Scott Stafford. And a big shout out there. Stafford gives us a wave, so he is the best SRO at Wes-Del.
I would agree.
And 2nd and 10 on the 24-yard line after the timeout. We've got 2:59 left in the quarter and in the half. Pass play here. Ball's away. Almost.
Pressure put on there by Xavier Snyder.
Harlan reaching for that one.
Did a nice job in coverage. And just enough pressure that he had to throw it, I think, a little quicker than he wanted to. I'll
Who
be
was
honest,
in on the pressure? I know you said that.
Xavier Snyder hit him as he was letting him go the ball. And I'm not sure that's really a comfort zone for them from watching them here. I think they'd like to run the ball a little more than they throw it, but
we'll see what they do here on 3rd and 10. And again, they're knocking on the door. They've been here before. And another pass play. Ball's away and off. Who was that right there? Is that?
I'm trying to see when they stand up.
Harlan?
No, that was Jesus Cardoza. It was right there in his hand, just slipped through. That's one of those tricky ones where you're either going to have to make a hit, but the ball got on him pretty quick, and I think he'd like to have a chance at that one again.
Well, here you are, 4th and 10 on the 24-yard line. If you're out there on the field for Tri-Central, you're going for it, aren't you, Coach?
It looks to me like their place kicker's out.
Wow.
This would be a pretty long one for high school. Just make sure they don't fake it here.
And it's away.
And
And
just a bit
I
outside.
think it's going to be good. So 2:42 left, and the Warriors will take over, it looks like, on their own 24.
Well, that was a nice hold. Here we go. I mean, bend but don't break.
You know, it's an early broadcast, but I think that's what we're going to refer to our defense this year as. It's only the fifth time you said bend but don't break. I like it.
I heard that somewhere.
I heard that somewhere once, and the Warrior faithful need to know that anything that we use that is a cliche or any phrase is something we heard somewhere else, because we are not the most knowledgeable football guys.
Well, hey, I'm going to have to pace myself. I've got a limited knowledge and limited amount of cliches that I want to use. I don't want to use them all up here in the first half of the first game.
Well, we appreciate that you'd use Tony Dungy, and Indianapolis Colts former great as a coach there. Do you know where he played?
Minnesota, quarterback.
Okay. Was he? Or was he in the secondary?
No, he's a quarterback at Minnesota.
Shows you how much I know. We probably shouldn't debate football history.
If somebody's going to call us out on that.
That's right. And I don't want to debate anything with Officer Stafford, and I'm sure he probably knows exactly what position Tony Dungy played. So 1st and 10, it looks like so wouldn't it be on the 24-yard line? Isn't that
Yes,
where they were?
yes, and I'm waiting to see what the holdup is here. So I feel like we've said that a few times tonight, but looks like they're talking about something. I'm thinking the debate is it from where the ball snapped or from where the ball's kicked? That's my personal guess. They don't know if the ball should be placed where the ball was snapped from or where the kick attempt came from.
Yep, I think you're right.
But what I can see from here is a lot of confusion on their faces.
Well, the other conversation could be exactly what time the local restaurant's closing. And due to pandemic rules now, they might be closing earlier.
That's true. I've used that one a few times.
So I think they figured it out. I think they got a cell phone out. They took a look, checked
Okay,
the
and
local
we're
website.
going backwards for some reason.
And now I think 57's even trying to figure out what's going on for Tri-Central.
Coach Hess is asking for an explanation, which I don't blame him. I'm kind of asking for one.
So
it looks like we're going to be on the 20 to start this.
20-yard line. Is that a new rule maybe we don't know about?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
They might be making them up as they go, but
okay.
I've said that one before too.
I just wanted to make sure, because I just thought maybe you got the ball where, maybe our athletic director will know. Maybe he'll be able to tell us. Maybe he can send us a text when he hears this on the live stream exactly why, when the ball was at the 24 and turnover after the field goal attempt goes over to the Warriors, why we have to take it on the 20. But anyway, we'll take it. It's 4 yards. I guess we won't pick or choose on that. 2:42 left. Snaps away. Looks like it's just Harlan onto the outside. And
Boy, just needed to try to get that around that end and turn the corner, and he just couldn't do it. They stretched it out just far enough that he wasn't able to get around him.
2nd and 9, it looks like, and it's going to be on the 21. And Harlan talking to the boys.
Coach Knuckles is giving him some plays there. Coach Knuckles, our offensive coordinator, giving him a couple of plays, and look like Harlan's got everybody set now.
Here we go. In motion is Kelly. Snaps a little low.
Oh, he's got
Harlan
him. He's
getting
got
rid
him.
of it.
Oh, that's got to be.
pass
There it is.
interference.
There it is.
And we have it. Flag on the play.
It's all over him on that one. He was on him about like my shirt is on me right now.
Absolutely. I looked at that earlier, and I thought maybe. I think in the future here in this first few weeks, we need to take a couple of shirts for you.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I know the water you're putting in the water bottle is now in your
It's not
shirt.
equaling
It
the
could
water
be
coming
run
out.
That's a great visual for the viewers at home. Pass interference.
Pass interference.
Who was that intended for?
Nate Steele.
Nate Steele.
And he had him. He was beat.
Nate Steele had a catch last week for a touchdown.
I'm not saying that sometimes a penalty, and defensive pass interference is not a bad play, because he was burnt on that one, and that was going for a touchdown.
Well, it would be nice to see something run off here. We got a 150 left, a lot of yardage, a lot of field to go, but it'd be nice to see if we could break something off here. And Pat, it looks like Harlan's going to keep it. He's up the middle. Harlan makes a move into the inside, and that's a first down.
Oh, they're going to say
he was down. And the call's going to be he's down by the official here on our sideline, says he was
down. Called him down by contact.
It's a first down.
To give the official credit since he made that call in our favor, but he called it right away, said he was down. Blew the whistle right away and pointed to the ground, which I think was the right call.
Always appreciate when the Warriors get a little help there, get the right call.
Clock's
126.
Running. Oh, fumble
Ball's
again.
Loose again. I think Harlan fell on that one.
Like it just didn't get quite a handle on that snap. We go out of the shotgun every time, so I suppose that's bound to happen every once in a while, but it just looked like Eric just didn't get it.
And the white hat very upset. If you saw him just now, very upset. And
I don't know that I've ever seen that.
I've never seen that. And that was directed towards either our line and now he's talking to Harlan.
It almost looked like it was directed towards everybody.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's a timeout on the field. I don't know if it's a Wes-Del timeout.
Get everybody settled down. Looks like Harlan's talking to the white hat. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment right there. You got trying to pick up a fumble and two guys hit you as you're squatting down on the ground. It catch you off guard a little bit. So, conversation, no flags.
No, it's a stressful job.
It can be.
It obviously is stressful this evening.
Well,
I've never seen that before.
I don't think I've seen that
emotion, but
I think I think he's okay now, but he just wanted to make his point, and I think he got it across. And, again, that might have something to do with the fact that there's a limited number of people here because
maybe I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, you can hear things that you don't typically, hear during the game.
Yes.
So.
And now it looks like their head coach is having a chat with the official. The white hat here.
Sometimes as officials, you got to remind yourself that these are high school kids, and sometimes it's just as good to go over and give somebody a little advice. It's early in the season.
Hey, Coach, speaking of that, we get into basketball season, and one thing I would say about that's probably a positive with the mask mandate is you can't read the lips of the coaches.
Yeah, I wondered about that. I said I wasn't going to coach with my mask on just because it'd be hard for the kids to hear, but the limited number of people, I don't know.
Well, I don't mean that. I don't mean that directed to you. I don't mean that directed to you. You're always very professional. And,
I know.
And but there are a few coaches out there that maybe at the college level, the mask mandate would be a benefit.
Yeah,
no lip reading.
It's interesting. I'll give it some thought.
That was a good fill time.
Hey, here we are. We're ready to play.
119. 2nd and 14. Ball's on the 44. We've
had
a little bit of struggle with the snap here in this possession. So, as you said, we're usually out of the shotgun, so we're going to see if we can get things shored up. I'm sure that timeout was to talk a little bit about that. So, here we go.
A lot of times out of a timeout, you'll see something you wouldn't typically see. So this might be our slant play. No, this is
play.
I watched this warm up for this play.
And he caught that.
Oh, that's a heck of a catch by Joel Dowling.
Joel Dowling on the far side with an incredible catch.
Nice catch. Kept 1 foot in bounds. Crossing pattern. If you saw our two guys cross right there. Threw the ball up right in stride. Hit Joel. Joel concentrated. Nice catch by Joel Dowling.
So that was a really nice play there.
Big chunk of yardage, too. Let's see if we can make it.
We're on the 31 on our side, and we're under a minute as it rolls. Another pass here. That one's caught.
Oh, we got a flag.
Flags are on the play.
I don't like where that flag was thrown. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a holding call against us.
So the official call was a hold.
Well, it's not been official by the white hat yet, but I believe from there it is. Holding on Wes-Del. 52 seconds left. That one hurts a little bit, although, as we just showed on the play before, we can pick up a big chunk of yardage. It's one of the things I was talking to Coach Knuckles about before the game is that, we need to have a couple of those big plays. That's kind of what we like to do. We can wear them down. Will Kelly does a great job of that. Wear them down, and then, once they start putting more guys up in the box, then we can throw something over the top like we did last time.
Yep. And in a game like this, the big play is going to be a backbreaker probably, because it's been a pretty steady game just in the middle of the field. And I think anybody breaks off a big play here, especially with something in 52 seconds going into the half, this could be a big one.
You got to be careful of the turnover. Obviously, you don't want to turn the ball over here. Oh.
And that one's just to Buckner, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
Cameron Buckner was open in the middle, thrown just a little bit behind him. I think Eric would like to have that one back, but did a nice job, though, of eluding the defense in the backfield and at least got the play away. Stops the clock.
So at 47 seconds, clock stopped, and we are 2nd and 22, it looks like.
We've got Steele, Dowling out to Harlan's left. Now they're bringing Jesus Cardoza in motion. This might be our slant play. I've been calling for it all night. There's Joel across the middle. There's Jesus. There it is.
And successfully picks up. That's going to keep that clock running unless we use our last timeout.
Coach used a timeout. This is probably a good timeout. It's a pretty quick to get up there, and you'd get one off for sure, but now we can probably get a couple plays off here. Can hear our cheerleaders all the way across the field. It's nice and loud.
That doesn't surprise you. Not with
we have great cheerleaders.
Not with our Warrior cheerleaders. They're a great group. Let's get over there. In fact, Coach, that's a great opportunity for us to do a little camera work and get over there
Madeline
and see
Hawkins,
our fans.
Leah Robinson, Avery Hudson-Roberts, Jalen Gann, Nevaeh Foreman Bramlett, Alexis Crawford, Riley Lazatter, Emma Lawrence, Mary Kate Dunnick, Molly Wimmer, Delaney Huffman, Lily Prather, all coached by Carlene Baldwin and Taylor Robinson. Great job, girls.
Got to get a shout-out to our Warrior cheerleaders on the WD Sports Network. 34 seconds left. It probably feels this way in any sport, but that last minute of any quarter, any half, seems like it takes the most time.
Yeah, a lot of times there's some timeouts. Everybody's got those timeouts left. They're using them. And, the other thing is there's always a little bit more sense of urgency on every play because of the fact that, you have a limited amount of time, so these plays have to work. And so I always love to watch coaching in any sport out of a timeout.
Absolutely.
We'll watch to see what coaches are doing. I saw Coach Knuckles running that huddle, so let's see what we run out of this play.
Here we are. Warriors is that Jesus in motion? Snaps to Harlan. Harlan, a little bit of pressure.
Uh-oh.
Has to hang on to it. Let's see if they rule him down.
Well, I tell you,
they're ruling that a pass, correct?
I think they're just ruling him down by contact, luckily. But although that may not be right because the clock's running or not running.
Yeah, it's 26 seconds.
And if that was a sack, the clock should be running.
Well, we know all about that, and I don't want to bring it up, but our last game last year.
Yeah, I don't want to.
We know all about what the clock should do and what it shouldn't do, and
Coach Hess isn't saying anything, so.
So we're 26 seconds and 4th and 14. Ball's on the 39, so.
And we're going to get a delay game. Oh, no, yeah.
And boy, a flag on the play. Delay of game, Coach?
Looked like it. I just talked about that sense of urgency, and we needed it a little bit more on that play. But I think that was one of those things where you kind of don't know what it caught you off guard a little bit. You don't know what you want to do right there.
If it's 4th and 14 and now 4th and 19. But at this point, does that 5 yards really matter? You're going to go for it either way.
No, I don't think so.
You're going to go deep.
And, at this point, with the way our defense is played, I think you take a shot. I don't know. I wouldn't punt it away. I think you just take a shot. But we'll see. You also don't want to turn it over.
That's why we're on the microphone and not down there coaching, though. But here we go.
Screen pass. Screen pass.
A little play, and it's down the sideline. And that
Nate
was
Steele, I believe.
Nate Steele.
Nice
not
play.
Convert.
But
the
got a
first
big
down,
chunk of it.
got a
That was
big
almost
chunk of yards.
It's almost like a punt right there.
Yeah, it was. Excellent way to look at that, Coach.
Knocked out by Pickens.
17 seconds. They've got to think. What do they want to do?
Well, they're on the 27. They got to go a big.
Do they want to take a chance to turn the ball over here, or they just want to kind of? My guess is they'll just do some sort of a running play. I wouldn't be surprised
And
if
at
they
this
just run
level,
that quarterback
At this
draw.
level, no one can throw it that deep typically unless you've got pretty good arm back there. And neither one of these teams have been throwing too much. They've been doing a lot on the ground. So, although we saw a little bit out of Harlan there on that possession. So, if you do throw it away here and you get a big interception and there's just too much momentum on the line. So I would hope or think they would run this out and get us to halftime.
Looks
like what they're going to do here.
Oh, there's
We've
a
got
hold.
a tackle,
That's a
boys.
hold. Boy, that's a hold.
We got a tackle, boys.
That's coming back.
We got a flag on the field.
That's a hold. That was a clear hold.
And good thing is at home, folks, that we didn't move that camera because we got a little caught up, but we didn't need to because it's a hold, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to come right back.
Absolutely. So
And there we go.
it's probably, with the muggy meter out here, it probably feels about 90.
Yeah, I was glad
So
to
do you
see
think
that.
it was a good call by Officer Stafford and Principal Purdue to go with the long pants?
No, I don't think that they're. In fact, it looks like Stafford is asking Grace if she will go over and ask Tony for a pair of scissors so he can cut those off into
Trim
shorts.
those down. Yeah.
Make those into shorts.
Yeah. So I think it's a regrettable decision to go with the pants, but to each their own.
I will say this: whenever there's a penalty, you want to talk about downtime. These officials are taking their time.
Absolutely.
And now Tri Central calls a timeout.
So that's the last timeout for Tri Central. No teams have any timeouts left. So as we look over and we kind of review the decision-making of the administrative team, we've got Mr. Denny in shorts. We've got Mr. Stafford in pants, and those even look to be non-breathable, thick khaki pants.
Yeah, that's he's hot. I can just tell you right now.
Well,
it's hot up here and the sun's down.
Yeah,
but it's muggy. I'll tell you, I'm glad that the weather held up for us though, because I was a little worried earlier than what was going to happen. But it's really nice. Other than muggy,
you gave me the report on the drive up. You told me that you saw it, and that when we left, you said it's north, and I think you were right. I think it went north of it. Stayed north.
Stayed north. Got my weather there. Was checking it out for us. I felt good about it once I saw the radar. So,
the official weatherman of Wes-Del Community Schools is Marcus Bailey on, I believe that's Channel 4 now. Is that CBS?
That's CBS, yeah.
I think he's on Channel 4. Marcus, if you're not, I apologize. Marcus, if you watch this, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and follow us all year.
That'd be awesome.
And, Coach, I'm actually going to check the chat and see if anybody's on.
See if anybody has any
comments.
I'm afraid to look at the comments. Here's our play. It's direct snap to number 15. Takes it outside. It's still in bounds. 2 seconds left.
Is that the end? No, 2 seconds left. Sorry about that, folks.
Forced out of bounds, I believe, by Cardoza. A couple other guys. As long as we don't give up anything behind those guys.
Yeah, you've got 2.6 left. You just don't want anything to get past your secondary.
And it looks like that's kind of how we're lining up defensively. I feel like I'm in Back to the Future here all of a sudden.
You are. You've got a little bit going on here. Let's get the camera set.
A little handoff.
Nice,
and
that should do it, right?
It's tackled by Jesus Cardoza at the end. It's had a nice.
So some poor camera work by me at the end of the half there, but not a whole lot transpired. So if you're at home, you didn't miss too much on some poor camera work because I got a little busy.
Well, I'll just tell you that last play, if we didn't see it, was a nice tackle made for a very minimal gain by Jesus Cardoza, who had a nice defensive first half there and made a nice catch, actually.
So we're at halftime, and just to look back at a few things here before we take a little audio break. Just a synopsis from you, Coach. Give me your thoughts on the first half.
Well, it seemed like that whole game was played in the middle of the field. There was really no threats to score other than the field goal attempt. But most of that game was played right in the middle of the field, both defensive, giving up a few plays here and there, but for the most part, 20, 30 yards, and the other team got the ball. And I felt like, Wes-Del defensively did a really nice job of stopping the run game. That was one of the things that Coach Early had talked about. He said we've got to stop the run game. And, again, we give up a few here or there, but for the most part, we've done a nice job. So I think that's allowed us to stay right in the game. Our offense is still trying to find what's going to work. I think we'll figure that out. At halftime, we'll make a few adjustments, but I really like the way we're playing defensively.
Well, I'd agree with you, and I think there's going to be some adjustments made at the half. And knowing Coach and the coaching staff, they're going to look at those. They're going to find out exactly what the game plan needs to be for the second half. It may be much of the same. It just may be, like you said, that there's going to be one big play here, one big play there that makes the difference. But what we'll do is we'll take a audio break here. There's about 14:24 left in the half, and we'll be back with you with about 5 minutes before we actually start the second half. So we'll keep the video on and we'll take the audio down. Okay, Warrior fans, welcome back. We are here just about a minute 34 left in halftime before we get started with the third quarter. Coach, being a coach, let's get a little insight here. What do you think? Give me a couple keys to the second half for the Warriors.
Well, what you're trying to do down at halftime is, you're going to get together. First thing is get together as coaches, and you're going to talk about some things what you thought worked, some things that didn't, maybe some personnel issues. Where is everybody? Where do we need to try something different? Maybe if that, that might be an option. Then the next thing you're going to address the team and try to, talk about a few of those adjustments that you're going to make in the second half. You're going to make sure that everybody is hydrated in heat like this. You want to make sure everybody, take care of any injuries you have and any nicks, bumps, bruises, and make sure everybody's ready to go. But then, you want to make a few adjustments. And what you might have, and I know from talking to Coach Knuckles, we have quite a few plays in the playbook. You're hoping that you have something in there you haven't shown them yet. So something that you can maybe throw them off in the second half a little bit. And, it's really just a time to make adjustments. And so we'll see what adjustments both teams make.
Well, one thing I know we can adjust to is it's probably about 30 degrees. Well, I wouldn't say 30 degrees. It's probably about 15 degrees cooler.
I don't know. It might be 30 degrees cooler. I'll say this is one of my favorite times of the night, twilight.
Oh, I've heard that from you before. I know that you do like this time of night, and hopefully this is a good time of night for our Warriors here going into the start of the third quarter here as they've set the clock, and we'll move it over. It looks like we're getting set up. Warriors are going to be kicking off, correct?
Yeah, we're going to kick off to start the second half. Avery Carmen will kick off, and be interesting. This is the first time we've kicked off tonight, so be interesting to see what they saw on film that they think might work.
Well, I can see their special teams coach down in front of us here. He was waving just now, so they're getting prepared. See just about what the Warriors do here. So here we go, folks. Hope you had some time to get something to eat, get something to drink, and settle back in for the second half of play here from Tri-Central. The Warriors will kick off. Avery Carmen set to kick it, and the second half is underway. Ball was an onside kick, and that might have been recovered by the Warriors.
Well, it was, and I'm going to say that we're going to see what happens. We'll see if we get a break here, because I think that ran into one of our players before it actually was recovered.
There is some conversation on the far side right now with the officials.
Yeah, it looks like, and I hate to say it, that's a right call. It looked like it hit one of our guys. It wasn't a bad kick there by Avery. We just got a little antsy, got in front of the ball, and it hit one of our guys before it went 10 yards. So you got to let that ball go 10 yards, and it just didn't quite get there and ran into one of our guys, which is an illegal touch.
So what the scoreboard looks like as they're working on it, it's going to be 1st and 10, and I'm going to say, is that the 45? Or are they across the 45?
Yeah, it looks like maybe the 46.
46-yard line. So we're going to get to see the Tri-Central Trojans' first possession of the third quarter here. And they're a little bit further on the far side for us. And see if the Warrior defense can hold here. Snaps away. It's held up by the quarterback, and he's got a good carry.
It looked like it was the same play they started the game with. It just didn't work on the first play of the game, but it looks like that might be one of their go-to plays, and ran right behind their left guard and tackle right there and got a nice pickup.
So a first down there on the carry. First carry by Pickens here in the second half, and now Tri-Central to the line again. Pickens under center. Snaps away. It's a handoff. I believe that's another good carry. That's out to the outside, down the sidelines. One man to beat. Flag on the play down there.
Looks like we're going to get a hold again. Our coaches and staff is not very happy because really, honestly, it's going to be a hold on number 21, but it was one that he didn't need to do. But it's right out there in the middle of everybody, and it was obvious. But he was holding. I'm not sure who he was holding. I want to say Harlan, but he was. It was pretty obvious, and I
that's
think
one of the things you're going to get. You know that high school athletes.
Yeah.
At any point there could be a mistake made that didn't need to be made, and that one's going to bring it back.
but it's still a pretty good pickup, you know. And
I believe that was number 15, Holden Rail on the carry.
Yeah, another nice run for Tri-Central. Looks to me like, at least to start, they're going right up the middle. They found something they like here, and they're going right up the middle and attacking the middle of our defense.
Well, I'd have to say that you're on to something there. That was probably the two biggest carries of the game so far for them back-to-back. And we want to make sure we make an adjustment defensively here. Pickens under center. We got a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, and it goes right to Rail again. That time he's tripped up, but that's good enough for a first down.
Yep, and I think what, you know, from an outsider's point of view, maybe what I see is our athletes, most of our athletes are on the outside, and I think we have the advantage in the athleticism on the outside. So if they string it out, that plays to our advantage. So they're just trying, hey, we're just going to go wrap the middle. We're going to put our guys against your guys, and then we may have to put a couple more guys in the block here if this keeps working.
Pickens a handoff again, and that time he's met there. That's big number 53.
That's Eric Lehman.
Eric Lehman there on the tackle.
We did a better job of stringing that one out a little bit. You know, again, we got them outside the tackles. We got them outside where our athletes can make some plays. And, you know, as further we can string these plays out, I think it plays to our advantage.
And I would have to say that Tri-Central, with a good setup here coming out of the half, made those adjustments, as you said, starting to take things, really attack the middle more so than the outside. This time it looks like it is in motion and met
nice play.
Instantly.
Avery Carmen, nice play.
Avery Carmen was all over that.
Was not fooled.
That was number 3, Dakota Thompson for Tri-Central, and Avery Carmen was all over that.
Yeah, Avery was right there in the middle of that. He almost took the handoff. He was that close, so he got off the ball really well and was in the backfield, and that play took way too long, and he was right there waiting for it.
So a couple of nice defensive stops by the Warriors there. Brings up 3rd and 16. Tri-Central on the 32. See what happens on 3rd down for the Trojans. In motion, number 3, a fake there, and in the backfield, and a nice recovery back there to get number 15, Holden Rail.
Eric Pettis was there early and made him cut back inside, and I think the tackle there was made by Jesus Cardoza, but Eric made him cut back inside. Nice play by Jesus to wrap him up, but really a nice job of Eric containing that outside.
And now that's going to bring up a big 4th and 17 for Tri-Central. So
interesting field position here. We'll see what they decide to do.
33-yard
line. Looks like they may go for it.
It seems to look that way, Coach. Pickens takes the snap, and it's a pass play.
Yeah, they're going to throw it up.
He's got
a guy back there. Oh, there's your flag.
Action, and there's a bunch of laundry.
Yeah.
What do you think there, Coach?
That's one of those you just kind of hope that as a defensive back you just let it go because he wasn't going to catch it. But sometimes as that's good coaching, really offensively on their part, you just throw it up and see what's going to happen. It's almost like we talked about before, the same as a punt. You know, if you don't get it, you're not giving up terrible field position. They threw that, just threw it up there for grabs. We had 3 guys around them, just got on them a little early, and I think it was the right call. But I just wish that we could have kept our hands, you know, off of them a little bit, maybe not bumped. So we're gonna have to just we're gonna have to adjust now.
That's a tough play for any kid at that level. Ball's in the air. You see the receiver looking back, and we had about 3 guys, maybe 4 around him. Everybody's looking to go for the ball at that level. You can't help yourself. You're going to look and see if you can get one, and inevitably you may just run right into the guy, and you may just hit him early, and I think that's part of that. But I would agree with you. Well, why not? Why not throw it up? It's just as good as a punt there if you get the flag.
And here's the interesting part of the difference between college and pros and high school. That's not an automatic first down.
Right.
So it's 4th down now and 4. So we still have a chance to hold it right here.
That's a great
point.
Everybody
thinks, hey, that's an automatic first down. It's not in high school. It's got to be within that 15 yards. So see if we can get a stop
here. They do.
Oh, no.
And he broke free. And he's at the 1, but it's a touchdown is the call. Tri-Central, and that was the quarterback, Mason Pickens, with the keep, wasn't it, Coach?
Right up the middle again, and we're going to have to adjust. We're going to have to make an adjustment. It's early in the game. They made an adjustment. Now we're going to have to adjust. But they went right up the gut with that quarterback sneak. We've seen that a few times already. Cameron Buckner was back there, and then he was there to hold him up at about the 3-yard line, but they got a big push and a nice play from their guys hustling and helping push him into the end zone. So, here we go. We're going to have to adjust, and looks like they're going to kick the extra point here.
And I think that's the quarterback, Mason Pickens, kicking too, or maybe I'm wrong. It is. And that was a heck of a boot.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the same guy that tried the field goal, because that one looked like it had plenty of distance. So here we go. We're going to have to bounce back. We're going to have to. I don't like the way we're walking off the field here right now. We're not defeated. We just got to make some adjustments, come back, score a touchdown here, and you're right back in the game. I mean, it's 7 points. And I know Coach will get them ready over there, but that's one of those things where don't beat yourself up too much. I love when other people say the other team's trying too. So, nice play on their part. They adjusted at halftime. We've got to make some adjustments here too.
I think that's a great point, and I like the fact that you've been around our kids long enough to know that sometimes the shoulders will get dropped on a play like that, but what you'll see from Coach and what you see from you in basketball and what you see from all our coaches is they're going to turn right around and say it's 8:53 left. There's 8:53 left in just the third. Plenty of time to make something happen and to get something rolling for ourselves. So I like your point of let's not hang our head. Let's not get too worried right now. We got a lot of ball game left to play.
This is where you count on your leaders. This is where leadership shows up. You count on those guys that been in the battles before. You got to, hey, that's all right. They did their part. Now it's our turn. We're going to get the ball back right here, march right down the field, and make them pay. So it'd be nice to see us get a nice kickoff return here, get good field position, and then make something happen.
And we're going to see Pickens kicking off here. And like we said, he had a nice little boot on the last one. Let's see if he can do something similar here. And
wow, nice kick.
That's a good kick. The ball's way back there. That's Will Kelly.
Oh, he's going to bring it out.
He's going to bring it out and not get a whole lot out of that. They're on the far side, so I didn't see as it was coming down to that. Did they get bobbled a little bit by Will?
Yeah, it looked like Will grabbed it and initially bounced off of him, ran over and picked it up, tried to make give us a little bit of field position there. What a nice kick from a high school. You don't typically see that ball end up that far, and boy, that was a nice kick and not great field position, but here we go. We got to make something happen.
So the officials, was there a flag on that play?
Looks like there must have been some sort of a flag. It was a 10-yard penalty, so I never saw the white hat make the call over here.
That play against Tri-Central, if I'm not mistaken.
Never did see a call there, so I'm not sure.
Well, we could just make it up. We'll just make up whatever you want, Coach.
I
would say sometimes that happens out there. Here's the Warriors.
We'll take it.
Trying to answer the score by Tri-Central. Ball's away, and Harlan keeps it. Gets a few blockers. And he's tackled up there, and it looked like
pick up about 5. That's a nice first down play. Looks like we got somebody down here.
Looks like a cramp, Coach. Looks like we got a player cramping, and with this heat, that's not
a surprise, is it? No. It's one of those tough nights because even now when the sun's down and it feels a little bit better, the damage has already been done in that first half with the heat. And the other thing is it's still pretty muggy.
Yeah, it is. Muggy meter's really high here. Athletic trainer Tony Cox is out there, along with Coach Hess, taking a look at that. I didn't see who was down.
Yeah, I can't make out the number right now.
I can't tell if that's Harlan. I don't know. Harlan's walking back over on the other side, so it might be Joel Dowling. But the way he was reacting, it was a cramp.
Yeah,
so.
It looks like a cramp to me, so we'll get him over there on the side. I don't know. It looks like Tony's doing his job and checking them out, and so we'll figure it out.
While we take a little minute here, it's time for the Warriors to respond. It's time, in the third, plenty of time, as we talked about, but the biggest thing for our kids is you want to respond at every time when you get a little adversity, and we have some. We're down 7, but we're not down a ton. Who was it?
That was Nate Steele.
Steele.
He's up. He's jogging off. So, again, it could be a cramp. We'll find out here pretty quick because if he – it doesn't look like it's anything too major. He got up and got off the field. Sometimes you get that stretched out a little bit and you can run off the field, and he'll get over there and get hydrated a little bit and hopefully get right back in the game.
It was good to see him jog off the field. Now it looks like we've got down in front of us here is
that's A.J. Nauman.
A.J. Nauman, number 3, came in.
He's on the left side, wide out on the left side. Got 2 guys on the right side.
Harlan getting ready to snap. Ball's away. Harlan looking to pass. Ball's out. And is that complete?
Complete to Cardoza. Minimal gain there. Sometimes, you're running some stuff to set up something else, and that might be one of those situations where we've run that play a couple of times, and Jesus has been open. They're starting to cover that. Well, what I think that might be next is either Jesus comes across and then, maybe a go pattern on that, or you might see one of those other guys going long. I've noticed Harlan starting to use more fakes so far this half. He's faking some passes, so that may set something up.
Kelly in motion, and it's a screen to Kelly. And a lot of calls for hold over here on the Tri-Central sideline, but I don't see any laundry on the field on that play. Not a whole lot developed out of that little screen.
Well, what we're trying to do.
There was a penalty.
Yeah, I guess there was. Did not see that. It's a little bit of a glare here. That yellow flag's hard to pick up. Well, I don't think there was, actually. I think you're right. I don't think there was a flag.
So no flag on the play. We apologize on that. And now
Fourth
here are
down.
the Warriors on 4th and 5. Getting the boys set.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a punt here.
It looks that way. And the ball is away.
No one back because of the lineup and situation.
Down, and
A.J. Nauman will get there and down it.
Downs that one. Looks like well across the 40-yard line, probably inside the 40 on Tri-Central.
So now it's up to our defense. We got to make a stand. Now we know what they're going to try to do. It's not only a surprise. Their best plays coming out of this half have been right up the middle. So we're going to have to maybe put another guy up there to help. Eric Pettis, I think, has been playing that middle spot. He's done a nice job at times. So we're going to have to. He's going to have to read that. He's going to have to rely on that. And those guys are going to have to make some plays up the middle.
Another big adjustment I noticed is they've been going to the backfield to Holden Rail this half. And remember, they were going a little bit more to number 2, Garrett Graves, in the first half. But both Pickens and Rail seem to be doing most of the work. And as I say that, it looks like a handoff to number 3, but they're fighting for the ball over there. So just as I say that, they go to Dakota Thompson, and he picks up a first down for Tri-Central.
Harrison Pittsford on the tackle. It's funny that they just ran that play last series and it didn't work. So they must have felt good about it at halftime because they wanted to come back and try it again because, if you remember, we blew that play up last time. Avery
Right.
Carmen blew that play up. So they must have felt good about something that they saw at halftime because they came right back to that play again.
And here we go. 1st and 10, Tri-Central. Man in motion. It's handed to that man, number 10, up the middle. Stopped there by number 50, Avery Carmen.
Eric Pettis also there on the play.
Leininger, that was Caden Leininger, number 10, who was in motion carrying the ball for Tri-Central. So
it almost makes you wonder if they're trying a couple other guys just because they might be a little more fresh. They've tried. We're calling some names we haven't called yet. So.
And again, I think that comes into what you talked about and how incredibly hot that first half was with the sun. And maybe there's guys with some fresh legs and some guys that can do a little bit more. And our guys several of them are stretching. And I think there's some cramping issues, as we've seen already. Fake there to 10. That's to Rail. Ball's loose.
There's a loose ball.
Ball's loose, and I believe recovered by Wes-Del.
Let's see. Yes.
Motion made.
Eric Harlan
on the recovery. So that was Holden Rail with the carry, and it just came out. He had a good run there. He had one put together, and it just kind of came out. And the Warriors jumped on top of that. So a big turnover, another opportunity here. And again, same thing we've been talking about. We've got to convert here on this turnover.
Boy, that should give you some energy right there, because that sometimes turnovers are what you need. It's a game changer, especially in a sport like football. I mean, turnovers can really change the momentum, because that, like you said, that was a nice run. That was going to be a nice pickup and a first down.
All right, boys, let's get something going here. Harlan gets the snap. He rolls out. Pitch to Will Kelly. Will Kelly on the outside.
That one's coming back.
We've got a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't like where that one was thrown.
And Mason Pickens in on the tackle, the quarterback and the kicker, and really the jack of all trades for Tri-Central out there.
I'd be speculating on who it was, so I won't say a name, but it was someone in the backfield there. One of our linemen. Oh my gosh, they're calling that a
what do we got there? What was the
call? A personal foul.
And you can see down here in the lower part of your screen.
I'm surprised.
Tri-Central is a little shocked by that call.
Well, I obviously had that wrong. Well,
which way are we going here, fellas?
Okay.
All right. So we took one step towards Warrior, and now we're going the other direction. So
it's officially a 16-yard.
It's a 16-yard penalty. One is a minus.
That one caught me off guard. I thought for sure that was against Wes-Del.
I think it caught Tri-Central's coaching staff off guard. And I still think they're looking for an answer. But the Warriors will take it.
So they haven't moved the chains. That should be a first down.
Yeah, 1st and 10, balls across. I think.
Now the officials are getting together again.
And now we're having another conversation. You know what I'm going to guess they're talking about, Coach, is they're talking about the fact that takeout order is getting cold.
Well, they've had plenty of time to talk about it.
And an explanation is coming over to Tri-Central sideline. I don't think they're going to like it. Was that roughing the passer?
I really don't know. I had personal foul, but I don't know. They're still counting us off.
And we had another
here
personal.
goes
Now
a
they're
couple
tacking
more yards.
yardage onto this.
Wow.
So
from the end of the run, I'm guessing.
So that was added on from the end of the run, you believe?
I think so. I would have to guess.
At this point, are we just grasping
Well,
for
I would
ideas
have
of
to
what
guess.
exactly was happening?
I feel like I'm one of the officials.
Yeah. If anybody's watching at home, make it up, figure it out. We don't know. But we know this. It went in our favor.
That was a huge penalty, because that turned into an extra 20-some yards.
Well, now they're getting together again. And at this point,
coming over for another explanation.
And, you know, as a coach, both of us, he deserves an explanation because.
Well, hey, if I was him, I'd want an explanation.
Yeah. You know, it's going to be, I'm sure it's a healthy conversation. Just tell me what exactly is going on so I can tell my kids exactly what's going on. And
it's
the white hat trying to explain it to the coach.
Yep.
And that is Shane Arnold's their head coach, I believe, talking to the official. And Coach Arnold probably let him know that he doesn't agree, but he can align with the decision.
Well, they won't change it, so remind me of that in about 3 months, that they're not going to change the call as much as you argue it. But.
Well, you know me. I'm always right there with you to make sure I tell you that, you know. Well, so it looks like 1st and 10, and we're on the 44. So a big break for the Warriors there.
Yeah, that was a huge break.
Let's see if the boys can string a touchdown out of this possession. Snaps away, gives to, nope, Harlan kept it. Nice fake there to Will Kelly, and he kept it up the middle.
Picked up about 5 on that. It's interesting watching how Eric and Will are working together now.
And the Warriors get to the line quick, and that's to Will Kelly. And Not a whole lot there.
Didn't go a whole lot.
Second down.
Maybe a couple yards. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like they picked up about 2 on that one. So it's going to be about, 3rd and 5?
Yep. Well, yeah. Should be.
Third down.
So we got 4:30 here in the third as the clock moves. Warriors making some ground up here, both on the run, but also on the penalty. So take advantage if they can.
See what we do here. See if it's a fake.
Snaps away to Harlan.
Oh,
he's getting a lot of pressure. Ball's
that's
out.
Up.
And it's almost picked off. On the
Boy,
far
that
side.
could have been. That almost could have been interference too, but I don't think the ball quite got there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think that might have been an interference call. But
is that Joel
the ball
Dowling,
was,
the
ball was a little
receiver?
short. Oh, it looked like it. Yeah, probably the right call. Ball's a little short because he wasn't really turned back looking for the, but he didn't make enough contact that, and I don't know that Joel had an opportunity to stop quick enough and get back to the kind of come back.
Right.
Here's our play. Here's our
fourth down.
We tried this last time, a fumble, but Eric's going to keep it right behind the 3 linemen.
Yeah, this is that heavy.
Oh, he's
it
gonna
looks
throw
like
it.
he's going to throw, and it's in the air and intercepted. Intercepted by Tri-Central on 4th down. And that was Perez. Number 5, Felix Perez, picking off Eric Harlan there on 4th down.
Let me tell you, that was a nice catch because that ball had some heat on it.
It looked like it bounced off his
popped
hands
up in the air and then
went straight
caught
up in the air.
it. Yeah, nice catch, nice defensive play there. They had me fooled, and most of the times when we run that, we keep the ball, and Eric will keep it and run right behind that group of linemen and run right behind those backs. And nice call. I mean, those guys split out on that, and we just weren't able to make the play.
Once again, a turnover. Gets the ball back into the hands of the Trojans.
So they turn it over, we turn it over again, and again we talk about turnovers being the key, and we really got to want to limit those. You got to make teams pay when they turn it over.
And Pickens has the ball, he keeps it, breaks a couple, breaks another, still on his feet, past the first down marker, still on his feet.
Well, that's a nice push.
And Pickens picks up a nice carry. Again, it looks like a lot of what you talked about. They're finding some chinks in the armor, and they're going after it.
Well, I think they feel like they have. We got another Warrior down. I feel like they are. They found what they want, and they're going to push it right up the middle. And we're going to have to adjust. And like we said, we have to put another guy in there, and I'm sure we'll do that. But that's a big kid too. That's a pretty big kid.
Yeah. And I can't see on the far side who's down.
Yeah, I can't either. It's again. You hope it's cramps. You hope it's something that they can take care of. But it's been awful warm.
And it looks like he's moving down there, wanting to get up. And both trainers, Tony Cox and the Tri-Central trainer, are out there taking a look, but. You keep waiting, you keep hoping that the Warriors are going to break through and get something, at least get a ball in the end zone and get the 6, maybe get 7, maybe even get 8 if we go for 2, which we typically do if we score.
True, and right now we're just hoping that we can. And that's trying to see who that is. Is that who that is?
I believe that's number 7, Harrison Pittsford. He's up. Is that who that is?
Well, I can't tell. I couldn't tell if it was. Who?
Yeah,
I could not tell. I'm sorry.
He's looked like, it's getting darker. You're getting older.
Yeah, both of those aren't good combinations.
And you probably shouldn't drive at night.
I'm glad you drove. Well, here we go. We're gonna have to make plays. Whoever's spot that is gonna have to step in and play.
And you've got 1st and 10 after the big pickup by Pickens. And again, you've got number 15, Rail, in the backfield. You've got Pickens at shotgun. So
there's a fumble.
A little bit of a fumble and down. Looks like Pickens was back on top of it. So on that first down, a little bit of a fumble. And remember, that big run by Rail last possession was a fumble. So there's been some miscues on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if guys are getting tired, or getting, or maybe the ball's a little humid, a little wet. It just makes you wonder. This seems like the last couple possessions, ball's been slipping around a little bit.
Absolutely. Here comes Tri-Central on 2nd and 16 now. They're just on the 41. Looks like the fill in the box here now, the Warriors are. And rails to the outside, and he's going to get hit from behind, but a great hit. I saw the pursuit from the backside by 31, which
That's
is
Cardoza.
Cardoza, and he was in pursuit.
And the tackle there was made by Eric Lehman. But, I'm telling you, we want all the stuff to get pushed outside because our athletes are outside. We've struggled with the stuff going up the middle. Maybe they feel like we've put another guy up there. Maybe they feel like we've, that's what's open. And, I don't want to question what they're trying. But, boy, we'll take that if they want to try to push it to the outside.
So your 3rd and 15, ball's on the 42. This is a big possession for Tri-Central and also for Wes-Del. It's a pass play. Ball's
he's
away
wide open.
And wide open inside there. And that was
Eric Harlan made the
Harlan,
hit.
and actually, right when he hit him, he went to grab him and try to help him.
Well, you don't in that situation. I know everybody up here sees a hit, but Eric doesn't know he didn't catch it.
Right.
I mean, in his mind, he's just making a play on the ball. He doesn't know he didn't catch it.
And that's why there's no flag on the play, and that's just football. And I know sometimes it gets that way, but I do like the fact that as he went end over the top, you immediately saw Eric turn and try to catch him and help him on that fall. So good sportsmanship by Harlan, even though it did look bad. He was right there to try to catch him as he was flipping over.
Oh, I tell you, we got a little break on that because that play was open.
Yes, it was wide open. Here's the ball's away on the punt.
I tell you what, they have a strong kicking game.
And Harlan in the backfield. Muffs it a little bit. Now he's trying to find some room to the outside.
Trying to get outside, stretching it out.
Is
that a horse collar? I guess not.
Would not got a flag yet?
No.
Doesn't look like a horse collar. At least there's no flag on the field.
Okay, now it's time to make a play here, boys. We're going to have to grind one out.
Defensively by the Warriors, and now 2:11 left in the third. It's time to get the offense moving. Again, don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot with turnovers. And I think this is going to be our possession. I think this is going to be one where we move the ball and get in the end zone. And here we go. 1st and 10 on the 17 after the punt.
Looks like Coach Knuckles is reading to see what defense they're in, see what we can work. So we got them spread out quite a bit.
Ball's away to Harlan.
Oh,
pass play up the middle.
Good thing that I got tipped, or that was going to be pass interference on them for in their case. For us, I wish it wouldn't have got tipped.
Oh yeah,
because
incomplete over the middle to was that Nate Steele?
Nate Steele, and I'm telling you, that was going to be passing interference. But once the ball's tipped, you can make contact.
You know more about the officiating of football than I ever gave you credit for.
Well, it's just like basketball. If I don't know, I'm going to act like I do.
Yes. Here we go on 2nd and 10 from the 17. Harlan giving some last-minute direction to the team. In motion was Cardoza. Now he's looking at Cardoza. That's to Dowling. Dowling might have did not. So it was bobbled, and Dowling tried to reach, but his momentum was taking him the other direction. He couldn't just reach and bring that back in. So 3rd and 10 on the 17 for Wes-Del. Again, a nice defensive stop. Now we've got to do something to take advantage, and we've got to get something together here.
I like the way that play developed. We've run that a couple different times in that formation, and hit a couple different receivers on that. Just weren't able to connect on that one, but I did like the way that play set up.
Dowling in motion here to the backfield. And that one never really developed on anything there, and it's going to be 4th down. And the Warriors, I will bet on, will be punting.
Yeah, I would think so. I believe that was Will Kelly on the carry. Wasn't able to get a whole lot. Picked up about 2 on that. Boy, I think so. Now they're starting to put somebody back in this formation. The first 3 or 4 times they haven't.
No.
So Now
that's
now we have to
back.
cover. So now we've got to make an adjustment. We were going to have to get back there and cover because if this ball gets there quick enough, now we've got someone back there to run it.
Yeah, and it looks like we
got
drew
them offsides.
on offsides there. That was 53.
Not going to be enough for a first down.
Not enough, no. But 53 jumped. That's Xavier Filippi. I apologize if I'm incorrect on the name.
Boy, that's one of those that just drives you nuts as a coach. You know that it's probably
that changes things because now it's 4th and 4.
Yeah, so now they've brought their guy back up. So now if we do punt it, it's going to work even better. I'm going to try it. I'll draw them off again.
Trying to draw them again.
Almost looked
And
like we almost jumped. Nice kick. Nice kick. That
Ball
might roll for a little while.
Nice little roll.
Down by Cardoza.
So,
well, we're going to have to hold them.
53 seconds left. Yeah, definitely have to hold at this point. 53 seconds in the third. The Warriors need a big stop, and then just, honestly, in the second half, I don't think our offense has been even moving as well as it was in the first half.
It's been a tough physical game. Just really played in the trenches, as they would say. But the thing that I think I'm pretty impressed with our guys is that, we're only down 7-0 right here. So big shout out to our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Van Meter, for getting these guys ready because, some of those guys are playing a lot of minutes down there, and we've said some names that are really stepping up. So you could really tell that those guys down there and those big guys, it's paying off. Nice
met
play by
Avery Carmen again.
Boy, when he gets through there, he knows what to do.
That is the second time Avery Carmen has really gotten through that line. I tell you what, it's one of those where you almost wish he could get through there a split second earlier. I think he could almost take the handoff.
That was a 5-yard loss there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 15, 2nd and 14, somewhere in there.
My guess is they aren't going to run to the left side this time again.
No, I think they'll stay away from number 50. So here we go. Rail in the backfield. Pickens under center. Pickens to Rail. Rail's met again. That was 55 there, along with
Schlinker. That was Schlinker on the tackle.
Buckner and Schlinker, it looks like. Might have been in on that. I don't know. Well, I don't know the Buckner.
Schlinker made the initial hit.
On that one, I think we know Cameron pretty well. I think he just happened to fall in there just to make sure he got the assist.
Well, he wants to be a helper whenever he can.
Absolutely. So timeout was who? Or end of the quarter, sorry. So after the end of 3, it's 7-0 Tri-Central here at Tri-Central. We'll stay with you.
We got a big fourth quarter gut check time here. We're going to have to put string some plays together. We're going to have to get some stops when we need to, and we're going to have to, somebody's going to have to step up and make a play. We got some guys banged up. If that's the case, we need to make sure that the next guy that comes in, if somebody has to step up, we always say next man up, and somebody's going to have to make a play tonight. So, it's just really gut check time here in the fourth quarter. When it's only 7-0, so I mean we're going to have to dig in a little bit.
Right. You brought up a good point, having Coach Van Mater now on staff with us, working with our athletes, working with all of our Warriors, even non-athletes there in all sports, and really put in a good summer with our athletes along with Coach Hess and all the coaching staff. But that's tremendous to have, and also you want to look at that new facility, that new weight room that we have, and the fact that the whole new Warrior Fieldhouse with the it took us a while, I'll be honest. It took us a while to get to the end, but we're there, and our students are using that facility. They're using that weight room, and to have an asset like Coach Van Mater getting all of our athletes bigger, faster, and stronger is something special. So a big shout-out to Coach Van Mater tonight. That you can definitely see that in the first 2 games here. As you said, we're down 7. We're not out at any means. This is going to turn our way, I think, here in the fourth. But it says a lot for the team we've got and our coaches all around. So as we come out here, it's going to be, is it 3rd and 13?
Yeah, should be Tri-Central. They're going to have the ball. We're going to have to make a play, and we've got them in. We've got them pushed back a little bit here. It's 3rd and 13. I think it's a little further than that. That's what it says on the board. But
yeah, I agree with you. I think it is a little further than that. And we're getting ready to see if the official spots it. Starts the official 4th quarter, and we've got 12 minutes of football left, folks. And let's see what we can do on 3rd down. And it looks like it's a rollout by Pickens. He's got some room. He's being chased down this side.
Oh, let go. Jesus Cardozo on a tackle. Nice pursuit from behind.
Jesus Cardozo with another tackle. He's been in a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, he has. 4th and 7. Interesting call for them right here at midfield.
Yeah, you're midfield.
Boy, you sure think that with the kicking game they have, they would punt it away.
Well, you got Pickens, number 4, headed back that direction. And we're going to send Harlan back. So we'll see what happens here. Pickens has got a good leg.
Got Harlan back. You got Harrison Pittsford as the up man here. Got to make sure we don't go off sides.
Yeah, looks it could be a hard count.
I think I hear Coach yelling, go for the block here.
And
they are.
Ball's
nice
away.
Kick. He kicked it.
It's a great kick
like
down the sideline.
Well, we'll take that. What it could have been.
And it looks like they're going to spot that about the 30.
Well, I'm waiting to see the official. 31, there's a call.
31-yard line.
While we're switching field here and defense, I think we both like to say thank you to Tri-Central. They've been very hospitable tonight. Been great. Everybody we've been in contact with have been awesome, and it's been a great first night for us. So we really appreciate their hospitality and letting us set up here, and it's been a lot of fun.
And I don't know if I saw it right on John Harrell or not, but we haven't been played. We've played, a good several years stretch there where we played each other, and this is the first time in several years that we've been back on the schedule with Tri-Central, and I would absolutely back up everything you just said. It's been nothing but a quality situation for us up here and for our fans and our players. Tri-Central is a class act.
It's like a handoff there. Harlan hands off to Will Kelly. Short pickup. Keep saying that. I think we're trying to set something up here with this fake.
And I want to keep believing you, and I am. And here's a pass out to
make a play. Oh.
And we couldn't break that.
Nate Steele made it.
Steele.
Yeah, Nate
on
Steele.
2nd down, we went to Nate Steele, and he really didn't get a whole lot out of it.
I'm not. Those are nice plays, and I'm just, I have to give credit to the tackling of Tri-Central really, because that's a play where you're just trying to get the ball out there to an athlete and have him make a play, maybe miss a first tackle, and then he's up the field another 7-8 yards.
Well, 3rd down and 8 for the Warriors.
3 receivers on the right side this time.
We do.
We've run this a few times.
Here we go. It's going to be a pass play. Harlan keeps it. Now he's up.
Oh, completed. Cardozo
with the catch. And he was met there by number 2, Garrett Graves.
So now we've got a decision to make here. Still a lot of time, 10 minutes. They're going to try. I would say we'll try to draw them off sides.
4th and 4 here, and I would agree with you. I think we'll try to go drawing them off with a hard count. And now Harlan does so and changes things up now, addressing the guys and letting them know.
Now coach is
bringing in a new play, and then
looks like back to punt formation now.
And he does punt it away.
And no one back there. That's a nice roll.
That's a really good roll. And that's going to be downed in there. And it looks about the 10-yard line. Maybe the 9-yard line. Oh, the 14.
We'll take it.
Maybe I need to get my eyes checked.
I believe, if I'm right, that we can mention that we are at Eastern Hancock next week.
Eastern Hancock next week, yep.
So
it's going to be the first conference game, I believe.
Yeah, it'll be the first conference game of the year. We're away, so back-to-back road games. And so, weather permitting, and anybody wants us to do this again, we may give it another shot next week at Eastern Hancock.
If we have enough complaints to say, we'll do without the sound and the play-by-play.
Well, yeah, you can always turn the sound off, folks.
Absolutely. Just turn your volume down if you don't like what you hear. But we need a big turnover here. So here we go.
Right up the middle.
Pickens keeps it, and he was wrapped up initially.
Got
And
a little
that,
bit of a
again,
push.
was Avery Carmen, who had hands on him early. But then he moves up.
Got a little bit of a push on that. Well, I think we hit him right, like you said. Boy, that's a bigger pickup than I thought. It ended up being a 5-yard pickup, almost 6.
Yeah, he did. And like I said, there at the line of scrimmage, coming around, literally around the backside, was Avery Carmen. So he was already through the line and into the backfield, and then had to reverse course and try to get him from behind. Had him, but couldn't finish it off. And now it's 2nd and 4 for Tri-Central. Man in motion, and it looks like it's going to Rail. Rail's met.
It was a nice misdirection play. Big tackle by Cardoza again.
You like to see that by Cardoza, too. You see a kid pick a kid up, tap him on the helmet. And we've seen a lot of that from both sides tonight. So
Boy,
just a well-played sportsmanship game.
It's like 3rd and really short. I'm guessing they're probably going to go with a quarterback sneak. My guess is they'll probably go to the right side.
So 3rd and 1. Coach is putting all his chips in on a quarterback sneak, and I think that's a good bet. Everybody fill in the box for the Warriors up front.
Nope.
And actually it goes to Rail.
Little bootleg.
And a little bootleg action there was
just enough.
And that was Pickens, right?
Yes.
A little fake to Rail and just enough on the bootleg.
Good enough for a Trojan. First down.
So now another, what that does, unfortunately, is allow them to take some time off the clock.
They're chewing up the clock, and I think that's part of the strategy at this point.
They're just trying to, last set of downs, we let them pick up way too much on that first down. Right here's where we need to put them, minimal gain, maybe even a loss if we can.
Here we go on 1st and 10. Now they're on the 26. And handoff goes
there
to
we
backfield,
go.
and we were there. Now we got a flag on the far side. I don't know what came in from that side of the field, what that could be, but
I believe that was Mason Cox on the tackle there, the initial hit at least. Holding
it's against Tri-Central.
Holding on Tri-Central.
So a hold on Tri-Central. We'll see.
Well, you got a decision to make here. Do you take probably got to take the penalty?
Yeah, I think you do.
There's enough time left that you go ahead and take the penalty.
Yeah. So we're going to figure this out. And it looks like the White Hat's going to go over and have a chat.
He's going to ask Coach Hess what he wants to do. I'm guessing he's talking to Coach Hess, although it looks like he might be talking to the official.
I think he might. Maybe
talking
make
to
sure he saw what everybody else saw, and maybe to make sure he got his order right.
Here's what I don't understand. I believe all these guys because I was watching them before the game. And I'm not trying to say they're doing a bad job by any means. So I'm just saying that I think they're all wearing microphones and earpieces. So they've spent an awful lot of time together for guys that,
if you got microphones and earpieces, you'd wonder, do we have to walk across the field?
Well, I don't know. It seems like maybe it's a secret. I don't know.
No. And just checking one more time. He's looking back. The good news is it is a pandemic and none of us have anywhere to go.
Well, that's true.
So, and now he's going to talk to the other official, which I would say his walk couldn't be described any less than a lumber. And now we have a call, which is the same call we just had.
Well, I think they changed it to push in the back, which I'm
sure.
Block in the back, which is still 10 yards.
Yeah, 10 yards is 10 yards, so we'll take whatever. Tri-Central doesn't care. It's against them, so just call it 10 yards something and let's play football.
Just under 8 minutes left. We've been talking about it, but we need to make a stop.
Yes, we do.
And he's back talking to the official. My ass back over talking to the official on the sideline.
I feel like this is a...
The good news is that the guys are able to catch their breath a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. Great timeout, and unofficial timeout. And let's see, it whistles in mouth.
There he goes. Hey, all right.
So we're back, folks. Hope you had time to, if you're at home, hope you had time to get in there to the refrigerator and grab something and get back here. And did someone take a timeout?
Yes, after
Tri-Central takes a timeout.
Well, in their defense, they're not allowed to come over to the sideline during all that.
That's true.
All that time. So, coach saw something, or maybe he just thought, hey, let's get refocused after all that dead time. Sometimes you just need to refocus, and gives our guys a chance to get over and get a defensive alignment that they like, gives them a chance to get some water and be ready to go.
So 7:50 left. It gives us a great opportunity to actually show a pretty good crowd over there for the Warriors, as you can see along the sideline there.
I would say every voucher was used by us because you only get so many. So.
Oh, yeah. And, again, you got to appreciate the fact that Tri-Central did that. There are some schools that don't allow visiting fans, and then every school is different, but Tri-Central did, and I think all the vouchers and the Warrior fans traveled well and used those vouchers. So the big thing, again, as we've talked about even in middle school and we talked about last week, is the fact that we're back playing sports, high school sports. There's no better level than high school. It's just the pure sport.
Well, here we go. Looks like we're, after that 5-minute timeout, looks like we're about ready to go.
You know what's difficult on those long timeouts like that is we didn't take a timeout. So we had to talk through that.
Well, if we'd have known it was going to be 5 minutes, we might have.
I'm sure a lot of volume buttons went down because we filled that time. Snaps back to Pickens. He's looking to make a pass. Ball's away.
Oh, that's intercepted.
That's picked off. It's a big pick off, and it going back. Can he take it to the house?
Boy, that's a big turnover. Woo!
A big turnover. I didn't see who got that, Coach, who was on the interception.
I'm trying to see across. It's all the way across the other side of the field.
Put on your readers.
Yes, I got them on, but it doesn't help me all that far away.
I did not see who got that, and I apologize to the Warrior fans. Both Coach and I
it
apologize. It was way over there.
It was a nice,
and it was dark to see on that side of the field. But it puts the Warriors in good position.
I want to say
on the 1 yard line.
I want to say it was Cameron Buckner, but I'm not positive.
I think it might have been Cameron Buckner. We're going to go with that for now. We'll look at the tape later to find out. But if they're on the 1 yard line, they're knocking on the door here.
Here we go. This is our formation.
It's a big opportunity. I believe this is in middle school.
This is our power formation.
This is that heavy formation. So Warrior fans knocking on the door on the 1 yard line. Here we go.
Last time we threw it, but
ball's out. That's Harlan.
Oh, he's trying to
He's
throw
passing.
It. Touchdown.
That's a touchdown. Is that Nate Steele? Again having trouble to see that far across the field. I tell you what.
Yes, I believe it is Nate Steele. Yes.
Nate Steele. So Harlan to Nate Steele.
So here we go. We'll go
6
for 2.
points.
If you've watched us enough, you know we're going for 2 here.
This is a big 2-point conversion. You've got 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play. And if the Warriors can convert, they'll have a 8-7 lead. If not, they'll still be trailing by a point. So
back to the power formation here.
It looks that way. Harlan getting some last signals coming in from the sidelines.
Sometimes he'll run this. A lot of times those guys will sneak out into different spots.
Big play here.
Looks like the right side's going to be open if one of these guys leaks out.
Here comes Harlan getting some pressure. Harlan lets go.
Ooh,
that
nice
was 2.
catch.
A nice pass and a nice catch. Was that Will Kelly?
Will Kelly, yes.
Number 5, Will Kelly, and the Warriors take the lead 8-7.
Nice play. Snuck right in the backside of that.
So, as we talked about, it was going to be, and you said this in the first half, a big play, and the big play was the interception. And we believe it was Buckner. We'll have to leave that up to the camera to tell us later.
Yeah, we'll have to get that confirmed. I apologize that we couldn't tell from here, but we hope we got it right. But
he puts us on the 1 yard line, almost got it in on the interception.
Yeah, whoever it was a nice play, nice read. I never like to question what coaches are doing, but I'm not sure that I would have thrown in that situation. I know they had a lot of yards to pick up, but clock was the Wes-Del enemy right there, and it was first down, I believe. First, if nothing, not it was second down. They could have ran a lot of time off the clock, but sometimes you see something, maybe you think it's going to work. We just made a play right there. Really proud of the guys. And like we said, stick with it. You never know what's going to happen.
What I like to see on that 2-point conversion going to that is, Harlan was getting tremendous pressure. He had to roll out to his right, and he stayed with it, showed his experience, showed that he is a senior, stayed with it, and waited until Will Kelly came open there in the back of the end zone and hit him with a nice little pass. And that was a big play, and now it really, 7:31 left, really comes down to our defense. And hopefully we get the ball back and maybe can get another score.
Last time we did this little onside kick, it would have been there if we would have let it go 10 yards. So we'll see. It's a lot of times we do this, but it puts a lot of pressure on the other team too. They've got to make a play.
And here we go. Avery Carmen lining up the Warriors.
Looks like if he would go right over the top of this second line.
And he is away.
He did. Yeah, that worked out. I like that.
And it's down, and let's see if we can make a tackle. And there was a hold, but no flag, I believe.
We'll take it because of one of our guys. Somebody made a big hit right there.
Big hit out there. A lot of celebrating on our sidelines.
Well, see this a lot of times in high school sports, but that momentum shift can be a big one. And we've got all the energy right now. Our crowd's into it, and our guys are into it. So that's why you stick with it. That's why you play all the way to the end. Said
in the first half, everything you talked about when they scored and our shoulders went down, you said a lot of game to be played. You said exactly what you thought a coach would say to them, and I'm sure Coach Hess did. And here we are. Fighting through the adversity. Now it's just to finish this off. The boys got to finish. And it's back and met up front. And look at those boys.
A lot of energy. We got a controlled energy, but we got a lot of energy right now.
So a big stop there on first down by Wes-Del, and the clock continues to run.
I'd say some names, but I'd say we had about 5 or 6 guys. That was a group tackle, and that's what you want. First guy, stand him up, because that's a pretty big kid. First guy, stand him up, and then everybody else come in and make the play. They still were able to pick up about 3 yards, but it was a really nice tackle.
Absolutely. And again, that was up the middle, and that had caused us trouble earlier in the half here, and it was good to see a good stop. So let's see if we can keep it up. Again, a lot of energy out there, and as you said, if we can control that energy, not make any mistakes. It's a pitch out to Rail, a lot ahead of lot.
Well, that's going to be close to a first down. A little short.
But he's short. It'll be third down.
Like tackle there on that play by Cardoza and Pittsford.
And you're right on it there as the announcer makes the call. Now, what you have is 3rd and 2 on the 43, and the clock approaching 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pickens brings Tri-Central to the line.
You got to think at this part of the field, this is probably 2-down territory if they don't get it.
And it looks like a keeper, and he's well across.
I thought I thought that ball got loose for a second. Credit to him, to the ball carrier there. He did a nice job of not putting his knees down because he was close to being down.
And they do get another first down as the crowd chants that. We're now under 6 minutes, 5:56 and running left in the game.
All it takes is one play. Just make a play. Somebody's got to step up, make a play.
And here we go. 1st and 10 on the 48 for Tri-Central. Man in motion. Hand off to number 10. He cuts through. He got a big hole there.
They've stuck with it. I'll give them credit because that play did not work the first couple of possessions of that half. We got in there and stopped it right away. And either their lineman has done a good job of blocking our guys or made their adjustment because they've gone back to that 2 more times and picked up about 7 or 8 yards on it.
And 2nd and 3 on the 45 here.
You can hear Coach Hess over there barking out a lot of positives. Our guys battle. A lot of, stay in it, stay in the play.
5 minutes here, and now under 5 minutes as the snap is made. And Rail, I think that was Rail.
They haven't stopped the clock yet, so I don't know if they believe it's a first down. Short of a first down.
Short. He is short of the first down, and now we're down under 4, about 4:40 on the clock. This will be 3rd and 1. Looks like they're on the 43. Big possession here. I would say they'll probably keep with Pickens on that last keeper. He picked up about 5, and he does. He gets behind, and the same thing.
Yes.
He gets another first down.
We weren't able to get that stop right there, but I'm going to give credit to Eric Pettis, made an adjustment. I think he saw that play going there. He moved over to our defensive lineman, tried to get him in the right spot. They just had one more blocker than we could handle. But, I'll give Eric credit on that one. He was out there leading and trying to get guys in the right spot. So now it was, again, first down. We don't want to let them pick up a lot here.
First down. We're under 4 minutes now. The ball's to Rail. Rail breaks a tackler. No. Rail breaks another tackler. Gets into the open field, and Rail is in for a touchdown.
Well, I'm going to tell you, their strength has been up the middle.
It has been.
And that was right up the middle. They've got a couple big kids if you look out there up the middle, and there have been some times where we've gotten by that, but that time they ran it right up the gut. Nice play on their part. They were able to convert. Now, this is interesting. What do you do here as a coach? I mean, obviously the way they believe is they're going to go for 1, but we have 8, so
right.
It's a little interesting to see. And now that looks like they might be rethinking it.
They're going to take a timeout, I believe. So that is their second timeout, and so a great point that you put up is we got to talk it over. It's with that 8 points, that 2-point conversion was huge for Wes-Del.
Yeah,
and now the strategy comes into play, and you talk it over, and you figure out.
Yeah,
exactly
I think as a coach, I think this timeout might be more for the coaches to think about what we want to do, because you go for 1 here at 6, and so even if we score a touchdown, we'd have to get the 2-point conversion or kick the field goal, which we know we'll probably go for 2 and go for the win. But it just makes you have to think a little bit. It's a little bit of a chess match right here. You know that you have a really good kicker, so you're probably going to get that point. But do you take the chance to go for 2? If you don't convert, then the 6 points wins the game for Wes-Del.
Right. Now, if you look at it, you've got to take into account also that the field position for Wes-Del was put into play on a defensive, almost a pick 6. So if you kick it, you get the extra point here. You've got a good boot in Pickens to kick it off. Put him back here, and you've got 3 minutes and 50, what will be 3 minutes and 50 some seconds, and Wes-Del's got to make that whole field up, even if you give it up.
Interesting part of the game right here. I think. Let's see what they do. Looks like they're going for 2.
And unfortunately, we're at a bad camera angle, so we're going to get a little bit of a block here by our window.
I'm a little surprised at this, but.
And are they kicking?
No, they're going to go for 2.
They're going to go for 2, so.
I'm going to guess
we'll do our best to get as much as we can for the people at home.
No.
And that's broken up.
That really worked out in our favor. So now it's.
And that was. I didn't see who broke that up.
Not sure who was back there on that.
A bad camera angle on this side. Whenever we're on that far end down there, which is the south end, right? I believe.
Sure.
North, south, east, and west.
I know it's our left.
Yeah. Okay. I believe we're right there. That end is blocked by a window for us. So
I think you made a really good point right there that if they go for the extra point and kick it, they have such a good kicking game that their kicker kicks it deep. I think that's a huge break for us.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, it's easy to say that from up here and not be in that pressure situation. But if I were coaching, had a kicker like Pickens, I'd probably go for the extra point. At least at that point, I know if they get 6, I've got the opportunity to probably hold them on the 2-point conversion and go into OT. But
we'll see how it plays out.
But these are the ones where we make decisions as coaches in the game.
Right.
Sometimes they work out for us, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah,
you either look like a genius or you look like an idiot.
Well, if he scores the 2-point conversion, then it look like a genius, and if you don't, then you second guess it. You can't really second guess the fact that they're up. So they're up, and maybe he feels good about his defense. I know that
there's a lot we don't know about Tri-Central.
Well, and I'll tell you what he should feel good about is his kicking game, because this kid's going to put us in a hole, but we sure would like to make a nice return here.
Absolutely. Here's Pickens again. He's been kicking well all night, and
looks like we have Kelly back.
Booting that one again.
And it's going to be returnable.
Way back there, and that's Kelly. Kelly's got to get some help, and
there's a flag.
There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what that flag is.
Might be holding right here in front of us, which meant absolutely nothing on that play, which is frustrating.
And that's typically what happens is, if it's that far away from the play and it's not going to impact the play, you and I always agree, does it need to be called?
It was holding. It was holding.
It was a hold. So that's going to back up the Warriors here, and they have 3:47 to try to get in there, and 6 takes the lead.
A lot of times you have some young kids on those kickoff return teams and stuff, and they just want to get out there and make a play.
Sure.
They want to get out there and hit somebody, and that one, unfortunately, was right in front of the official.
A little too aggressive.
Well, here we go. We're a quick-hitting offense, and we put a lot of pressure on them. You look out there; they don't have they don't keep a lot of guys back. They don't keep a safety back. So, if we can get behind that line.
And here's Harlan, getting everyone lined up. We've got 3 to our side. Harlan rolling out. Harlan keeps, pitches, and tripped up there.
Boy, that's unfortunate. Tripped up on that shoestring tackle, I would say.
That's Will Kelly with the carry.
Still picked up about 7. See if they call him out of bounds. The clock stops. So,
and the clock is stopped. 3:41 left.
That's in our favor.
And the Warriors are getting reset here.
I'd say 2nd and 4, probably.
And our Warriors are set, and they're ready to go. The official gets the ball down.
Looks like Harlan's got the play, and he's
2nd and 4.
It looks like Harlan's calling the play out, moving a couple guys around here.
Harlan talks and moves Kelly. Ball's out. Ball's away.
There it is.
He's open.
Just
short.
Nate Steele was open.
Apologize for the camera. A little slow there. And we have a official's timeout, I believe. And it is Eric Harlan limping in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't like to see that.
He's trying to walk that off, and he's going to need to, as you see him on the far side over there.
Looks like he's going to go out, and Pittsford's going to come in. Well, maybe not.
No, I think he's trying to gut it out.
No, he's out.
No, he is. He's walked
taking
off.
This play off, at least.
So we did get the backup quarterback coming in, number 7, Harrison Pittsford, as Harlan limps off to the side.
Now, Harrison can throw it. We've seen Harrison in practice. He can throw the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if we still throw it. Although we only need 4 yards, it might.
Ball's away. Harrison rolling out, looking at his sideline.
Oh, he's going to keep it.
Decides to tuck it.
There
and that's a first down.
Nice read.
Had a lot of time there, and you know what's nice about that whole play is when you have a lot of time, it gives a lot of time for someone to make a mistake. And there was no laundry on the field, so all the guys did their job.
So with Harlan stepping out right now, that puts a lot of pressure on Harrison. But you know what? That's why you practice. You get those reps. I'm sure Harrison got some reps with the first team this week, so he looked comfortable in that play.
Absolutely. 3:13 left. Pittsford rolls. That's out to Kelly.
Oh, stutter step.
Kelly shifts, but they get him just in front of us. He tried to get that cut back, and that's going to keep the clock rolling. We're now under 3 minutes at 2:55, and the Warriors are. Here comes Harlan. Harlan back. Is that Harlan?
No, he's over there with Tony. He's unfortunately, I wish he was too, but and that's no disrespect to Harrison Pittsford at all.
He's doing a good job stepping into a tough position.
Carlos Artiega coming back and giving Will Kelly a break.
So Harrison Pittsford in there, telling 2.5 to go here. He's checking the play. Warriors are going to have to pick up some yardage quick here. They do have all their timeouts. Pass play.
Nice pass.
Ball's away and just fell out of the hands
Nate Steele.
of Nate Steele.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice ball, though. Harrison threw a nice ball.
He does. He has a nice tight spiral there and a nice ball. Very comfortable throwing the ball.
Third down.
And it looks like
Harlan's back in now.
It looks like coming back onto the field is Eric Harlan. Still a little limp, but it's going to take a lot to keep Eric Harlan from getting on any playing surface. So he's back. A good job by Pittsford. Put him in position here on third down, 3rd and 9.
Play clock's running down. Hopefully Harlan's going to keep his eye on that. Gets it off just in time.
Harlan scrambling, and he is met by a lot of Trojans. So it'll be 4th down, and this with the clock running. And we have a timeout, Wes-Del.
Timeout, Wes-Del.
So they'll use their first one of the half. And it's, for those of you at home, it's 2:08 left in the 4th quarter. Tri-Central leading 13-8. And the Warriors are on the 39-yard line. A lot of ground to cover in not much time. So the clock is definitely in Tri-Central's favor.
This is where you got to get your best play. This is your best play you're most comfortable with. You know, and you don't have to necessarily throw this all the way past the first down yardage. What you might want to do is get the ball out about 3 or 4 yards short and let your players make a play, because I would guess they'd put somebody back, although they haven't done that very much tonight. They may put an extra guy back to kind of read that, but they haven't done that yet tonight, so we'll see how Tri-Central plays it.
And most of your work's got to work to the outside so you get out of bounds.
Right, and you know they may just load up and say we're going after him and try to put the pressure on Harlan to make a play, knowing that he's maybe a little gimpy right now. And they may say, hey, we're going to put, instead of putting that guy all the way back, we're going to put him right up here on the line and send the blitz. So it'll be interesting to see how Tri-Central plays this defensively. If you're Wes-Del, you got to go with your best play, whatever your most comfortable play is that you know that has the best chance of picking something up here.
And as they come out of the timeout, Wes-Del still has 2. Tri-Central has 1. 2:08 left in the game. And big pickup would be nice here.
They did bring someone back on this one, so
here's some
see how they read.
down here on the far, or in the near side to us. 2 receivers to the far side.
Trying to get them to jump.
Harlan trying to get him to jump, and now backfield is in motion. Ball's out, and that is
intercepted.
Picked off. And that is a big interception by number 10. I believe that was number 10, Caden Leininger.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so Caden Leininger with a big interception. And that puts it at 2:02, and I have a feeling we do have 2 timeouts, but I do have a feeling that they're just going to run the clock and force us to use those timeouts.
Right. Looks like we'll be able to stop it. What did you say? We have 2 left, you think?
2 left.
We'll be able to stop it twice to see if they have to run anything or if they just go into victory formation here.
It looks like they might be in the victory formation. Nope, they're going to hand it off.
Boy.
And that's Rail with the carry, and he's met. And I would assume
Coach
that we'll use our first
timeout. Yeah, he calls
or
a
second
timeout.
Sorry.
Coach has got a timeout right away. Now, that play before on that 4th down play, it looked like there might have been a little confusion there. It looked like Joel stopped and sat down kind of in the area where he, like in the zone where he thought the opening was, and looked like Eric led him just a little bit. Of course, he was under a little bit of pressure too, so you know it's not a lot of time to read that. So, just unfortunately, you know, just weren't able to make the play there. But you know, I'm not going to give up on our guys for you know, for what's going to happen here in the future. I feel good about our fight. You know, it's been a close game all night, so and it's not over yet. But I'm just saying, you know, we have an opportunity. You know, as we keep going and we keep learning and we keep learning about our team, we're going to have to learn from this and see how how it plays out. But I felt like our fight was good. I'd like to see us give a little bit more the whole game. I felt like we got down ourselves a little bit early there, and then when we got the momentum back, boy, we got it back and we played really well.
And we've been around the Wes-Del athletes enough to know that happens with our kids. Sometimes they ride the highs, and sometimes they get the lows and they get real low. And I think in the third quarter that was something that you saw there. But anything can happen with this 1:57 left. We have one timeout, both sides. Ball's away. Pickens is on the run.
Little bootleg.
And he is finally knocked down as the clock runs to 1:50. And the last timeout by Coach Hess. So Wes-Del uses their last timeout, stopping the clock with 1:48 left. And it'll be third down.
If you're Tri-Central, you're probably going to run something up the middle because the last thing you want to do is go out of bounds and stop the clock. If you're Wes-Del, you're hoping to kind of stretch it out. You're hoping for a turnover. If Tri-Central stays in bounds here, then the clock will continue to run. So we need to try to keep them in. We need to try to force them outside if we can, but if not, we need to try to go for the ball. This is one of those times where somebody kind of stands them up and a couple guys go try to knock the ball out and try to get a fumble here.
Yeah, and going back to a little bit of what we were talking about earlier that got us in where we're at with 1:48 left and down 13-8. But I would want to back up what you said about the fact that this team didn't give up, and we stuck with it. And there came the big interception that led to us getting in position to score. We take the lead, and we could have easily in the third quarter given up and stayed, defeated at that point, but our kids were resilient, kind of came back. And so I agree with you. A lot of good things to see here out of the Warriors, even though they're trailing. So here we are on third down.
This is a big play.
3rd and 7.
Oh, boy.
And we've got a flag, and I
It's not
think they
be
drew us off.
Not enough for a first down, but, boy, that puts a lot more pressure on them because now they're only going to have to pick up 2 yards.
Yep. And that's exactly what's happened.
Boy, that's tough, too, because the coaches are over there. The coaches during that timeout, Coach Early's over there telling those guys to make a play, and we got to get in there quick so the ball snapped, and that hard count got them.
And you know they were told. I mean, and no discredit to them. It's hard to hold on to make a play, but also the last few words probably out of that huddle were, watch the ball and make sure you.
Well, you got everybody in the box here.
Stay on that hard count. So
it's going to be, if they get the first down, that'll be game over. Well, it's a bootleg to the left.
And the ball's outside to Pickens, and he is tripped up, but he got the first down. So that is going to have that clock once they reset the chains. Now they've got a fresh set of downs, and we don't have any timeouts. So the
clock's going to run. They're going to go into victory formation. Tackle on that play right there. Nice tackle. Hit him nice and low. Was a Carlos Artiega there on that tackle. So
a lot of good things tonight out of a lot of guys, out of the entire team. So when the guys go home, they're probably going to watch this over again. I think I'd just tell them, guys, don't hang your heads about this one. There's a lot of season left, and a lot of good things happen tonight. So,
well, this is where leadership steps up. This is leadership. This is with older guys. Coaches will lead. That's what they do.
Right.
Coaches will be ready. That's what they do. But you got to have leaders, and you got to have guys step up, and we have those guys.
Right.
It's their time to shine. It's early in the season. It's time for some of those guys to lead. I always tell guys, it doesn't have to be necessarily certain people that have to lead. Now, some guys are born leaders, and some guys, are leaders by example. But we have to have some guys step up, be leaders on the practice field. They have to come out ready to play. They got to do the right stuff to get their bodies right. They got to take care of themselves this weekend, and they're going to have to be ready to come back and play because nobody's going to feel sorry for you in high school sports. They don't feel sorry for you that we lost. It's a battle. It was a battle tonight.
It was.
Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to lose.
Absolutely, it was. And the clock's going to run out here as they've downed it. We're at 10 seconds officially, and as you can see, the players have good sportsmanship there towards the end on that last snap, but unfortunately tonight, as the official clock is down to 0, unfortunately tonight the Warriors were a little short, but a exciting game. There were a 5-point loss is, yeah, it's a loss, but there were a lot of things there that I think we did well, and there are a lot of things that I think Coach Hess will say we're going to fix.
Interesting to watch this. Not to interrupt you, but to watch the social distancing and how you end games now. Because I think one of the things I really appreciate about high school sports is shaking hands after games, and now you're not allowed to do that. So, I've seen that in a lot of other sports too, where you just kind of have to wave over there,
right.
And it doesn't have quite the same meaning. But I thought we saw good sportsmanship from both teams tonight.
Absolutely.
For the most part, and I thought that both coaches coached hard, well-fought game. We're just going to have to regroup and find those guys to step up and be leaders.
I would agree with that. So as we end the game and we have a final, we'll take a final few comments here with Coach and I. And just summarizing, I know we just talked about it a little bit, and we talked about it as the clock was running down, but to summarize, what were some things? We'll start with a few things that maybe one or two things that if you were coaching, you'd say, hey, we might want to look at this. And then we'll back that up with the positive, which is a lot of the things that we saw that we feel like we did really well with. So get a couple things you think maybe you if you're Coach Hess, and I know you guys talk every day, what do you think, knowing him, he's going to look at in reviewing this tomorrow?
Well, I think you have to understand it's a long season. It's you're going to have to get in there, and you're going to have to regroup a little bit. And I hate to keep going back to, but you find out who your leaders are in adversity,
right?
And you want to see those guys step up. And I think that Coach will, Coach Hess he's not a yeller screamer type guy, and until he really has to be, but. He's he'll find a positive way, and some of the things we did tonight were good, and it's one of those things where we go back, we watch the film, which I know he will do, and his coaches will do. You find some things that we did well, find some things that we didn't do well, and we're going to have to capitalize on those. I didn't think we passed the ball as well tonight as we did against Blackford, and that might be due to the fact that. Their defense was pretty good. They put a little bit of pressure on us, but I also felt like we're a little banged up right now, and that sounds like an excuse. But we're a little banged up. We got to get healthy. It's really important to take care of your body. It's really important for those guys to get some rest, get some ice, and be ready to go. But Coach will he'll get them ready, and they will coach them up. They don't. I mean, you don't have a coaching staff over there that's going to pout.
Right.
I know Coach Early, I know Coach Knuckles, I know the rest of the staff, and Coach Hess. They'll get prepared. They'll be ready to go. And you want to see the fight. You want to see, we saw it too.
Yeah,
we saw it there when we took the lead. We saw the momentum switch, and it's really hard to coach that all the time. But, man, you got to have, and it might come from some of those guys on the bench that don't get in a whole lot. Hey, you guys got to get us going. You got to rally a little bit. But, it's a little long-winded on some stuff that I think we could work on, but all stuff that I think is stuff that every guy can do, every guy can contribute, and every guy can find a way to make a difference.
Well, let's end tonight on our positives. So, what in your eyes were offensively a few of the things that you really thought were a positive tonight?
Well, I thought that. A positive overall was Jesus Cardozo. We called his name an awful lot tonight.
Yes.
I thought he played really well. And I thought that we had really set up some of those passing plays late with some of our misdirection early. And I said coming out of the second half, I saw Eric doing some fakes and some misdirections. And we set some of those up. We just weren't able to make the plays tonight.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was necessarily a lack of doing anything right or a lack of trying to put guys in the right spots. I think we just didn't, make the big play when we needed to. And that was one of our keys at the beginning. We talked about we're a big play offense. We got to have one or two of those big plays. And a couple of times they were there, and we just didn't make them. And a couple of times, to Tri Central's credit, they made some defensive plays. And we'll keep working on that stuff because I think that it's there, and I think that it will be there, and that's stuff that we just you got to trust in it. You can't give up on it after something doesn't go your way. You keep trusting on it.
Yep. Well, I think one thing that we both can agree on is, as we always are, very proud of our boys, proud of the way they carried themselves, proud of our community for coming out and supporting in tough times. And those vouchers were used. The place was full. Also have to give a shout out to, at one point we were approaching 80, almost 90 people that were watching, and that'll only grow once they realize that they can turn the volume down. And
I was going to say, will it
don't
grow?
have to listen to us. And they can watch that way. But a lot of positives from the week, too. And we just move forward, as you said. We go back to the practice field this week, and we get ready for the first conference game on the road at Eastern Hancock next week. And then we have a big one following that, because I believe we're back home for homecoming the week after that. And I think, is Tri-High our opponent?
I believe it's Tri-High, yes.
So we've got two big ones coming up in the next 2 weeks. But that'll probably wrap it up for us here at Tri-Central. I know Coach is hungry. I'm probably hungry, and we want to get something to eat on the way home. We appreciate everybody that tuned in, and we also appreciate everybody that's going to watch this later. So if you are on the Wes-Del Sports Network on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so that you can catch a few more things. It won't just be football, folks. We'll be back in covering volleyball, and I believe we hope to cover. We've got one coming up this week.
Yeah, I believe. I want to say Wednesday we're home. I think maybe Wednesday, Thursday we're home this week.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. Watch our volleyball girls. I've seen every game so far, and they're a lot of fun to watch. They'll be a lot of fun to cover. I'm not sure how we'll do with volleyball. That'll be new for us.
It will be new,
but it'll be fun. I love to watch volleyball. Got great girls out there playing this year.
Absolutely.
Got great coach in Biff Wilson. Look, we might win or lose, but we want to battle. I thought we battled. I love our community. I love our coaching staff. I love our kids. And you know what? When it boils down to it, high school sports, well, if you can say those things, then you've got the right people in charge, and you got
Absolutely.
the right kids, and you got the right community, and we have all those things. So we'll regroup. We'll come back, and like you said, it's going to be a lot of fun covering some of these other sports too.
Absolutely. Well, it couldn't be summed up any better than the way that Coach just summed it up. So on behalf of Wes-Del Sports Network and on behalf of Coach, that'll do it from Tri-Central. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you at the next one.